It is known heroes walk the land and do the will of the gods, and sometimes the titans. They wage war and attempt to snuff the other out, and they do not necessarily care about the collateral damage. However, before the gods and titans were even formed, dragons existed. The world belonged to them, and if their heirs and flights have anything to say about it, it will belong to them again. The dragonflights wait in the shadows, playing a game that the gods and titans don't even know they are a part of. I bid thee greetings, heirs and lesser worms, reincarnations and flightmates. I am Patrick, known on the winds of change and on the beaks of birds as PattyShakes _, and I am the game master for this story. This is session 3 of Scion, Dragon, the current Kickstarter of Onyx Path Publishing, which, along with its sister expansion Mythos, has been funded and is looking to complete as many stretch goals as possible. This is an awesome adventure brought to you by Vorpal Tales. You can find Vorpal Tales in lots of places on the internet. Of course, you're on Twitch right here, right now. Consider giving us a follow or subscribe. Check out Twitter, where we tweet daily at Vorpal Tales. A Facebook and Instagram, where you can get great pictures of all our cast and GMs outside of the tabletop. A website, vorpaltales.com, where you can get all the latest news about everything we are doing and see our most up-to-date calendars. A Patreon, where if you feel so inclined, you can toss a coin to us in order to make more, better, and Vorpal Tailier content. You can join the wonderful other Snicker Snacks and Slitty Troves like Weapon M, Don Arnetto, and David. Finally, a Discord, where you can come hang out with us awesome humans and discuss all kinds of topics with us, or just play some video games. I'd like to thank Onyx Path Publishing for making this incredible world and setting for us to use to amaze and delight. I'd like to thank Soul Bear RPG for rating us with a party of 8. Welcome, you came just in time for us to start our session of Scion Dragon. I'd also like to Astro Tabletop for being our virtual tabletop and platform for our players to roll their dice. I'd like to thank N8 Mid for the fantastic character sheet he created for this game. Love goes to Love Your Rebellion, a non-profit group that empowers marginalized groups with the arts. Please be sure to check out their website at loveyourrebellion.org. Additionally, Vorpal Tales has some new sponsors we would love to tell you about. First is QUEmpire.com, a small company making original dice and products for your favorite RPGs and card games. Use code Vorpal Tales for 10% off. Next is Decamany, known for their various reference cards. We're also for creating the Humblewood and the Heckna campaign settings. Visit VorpalTales.com, click our affiliate link, and anything you purchase, a portion of it will benefit the show. And finally is Gemhammer and Sons, an RPG supplement store that has everything from Decks of Wonder to Decks of Illusion to dice. Once again, use discount code VorpalTales for 10% off. And now, dear viewers, meet our dragon heirs who look to stealth, stab, spy, infiltrate, interrogate, and manipulate the world and strengthen their flights. Please state your name, where people can find you on the internet, and who you will be playing tonight.
Hi, I'm at Space Lord PJs. I will be playing, Lorenzo tonight, the Serpent Dragon, and I'm going to cast my powers on OBS right now because it's infuriating me. Anyway.
Hey everybody, I'm Ever. My pronouns are they, them, and tonight I will be playing Jacob Lucasson, whose pronouns are he, him. He is very excited to punch something.
I am Eldritch Echoes Online, and I will be playing Rashid Carter, our Drac Wetworks assassin this evening. And remember, only 2 days left. Get the books while you still can.
My name is Rachel. You can find me Stolen Fires pretty much everywhere. And I will be playing Indira. She is a Naga and just overall espionage agent employed by the Indian government. Possibly the Indian government. You don't know.
And I am Dwayne, at Made of Kimchi on the internet, and tonight I will be playing Mitch Shukai Wing of Flight Long, the sexy-looking archaeologist-type guy.
And I am Steve. You can find me online at Voodoo Arcade, and tonight I am playing Ambrosia Cook, ex-cop turned good person, now a private detective, who has an unending appetite for
Justice.
justice and fire.
Donuts.
Fire. It's fire.
Mostly fire.
Mostly fire. Yes. Yes. I am a reincarnated Joka dragon.
Thank you, heirs and reincarnated. Now, before we forget ourselves and escape for a little while until a realm of cloak and dagger, here in the world today, many people are struggling with very real matters and combating their own monsters. February is a month of health awareness. It is American Heart Month. February is not just for in-love hearts, but healthy hearts. Make sure you're mitigating your risk of heart disease. Hand in hand, it is also National Self-Check Month. Selfcheck.org, that's self-check without the K, has a ton of resources available to you to check yourself for a variety of common chronic diseases and conditions. The very important Black Lives Matter movement is also still going on. It is especially important this month, as it is also Black History Month. We ask that you educate yourselves about icons and individuals who have helped shape history, culture, and politics that you may be ignorant to, and work with your fellow humans to better this world. As Thurgood Marshall, the first African-American Supreme Court justice, said, "Where you see wrong or inequality or injustice, speak out, because this is your country. This is your democracy. Make it, protect it, and pass it on." Now, before we look under the hood and pull back the veil that our heirs work behind, allow our Naga to fill in the gaps that were redacted from the official report.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was supposed to be taking the notes.
Yeah, if you could also read your notes
Okay.
from last session. Thank you. I may not have explicitly said that, so surprise!
Hooray! Okay, let me go find the notes.
You can find recaps on our website at vorpaltales.com.
That's vorpaltales.com. Head on over to the recap section. Scroll on down to Awesome Adventures, Scion Dragon.
Or I could just go into my Google
Oh
Drive.
boy.
Also, in the meantime, if you haven't, check out the Kickstarter. It ends this week in 2 days, I believe. Thursday. It's going to close, and you're going to feel like a real sucker if you didn't back it and get some rewards from this awesome Kickstarter. And even if you don't like Dragon, which you'd have to be a fool not to like Dragon, you can get Mythos, the sister expansion that do at the same time. These fools are so crazy, they're doing 2 expansions at the same damn time.
And now everyone
Okay.
knows why Patty's in charge of marketing.
Alright, I have successfully opened the document.
All right, cool. I can stop stalling and let her Naga. What was that wonderful line I said that was just so spy-like?
Redacted.
The redacted.
Yes, before we take a look under the hood and pull back the veil that our heirs work behind, allow our Naga to fill in the gaps that were redacted from the official report.
Yes, sorry. We open in Seattle, Washington, where our characters have been born, moved to, sent, or otherwise ended up in the Emerald City. Our respective flights have ordered us to a nondescript location, told nothing except that what we do here will possibly ensure the survival of dragons as a whole. Our contact, an older gentleman with baggy eyes, greets us and makes a round of introductions. We learn we are part of an experimental effort to unite the flights to better fight the Pantheons. Our first mission is to infiltrate a metalworks company, Etna, and plant compromising information on site to turn global opinion against them. We also need to find the prototype molds for the weapon, codenamed Galileo, and sabotage it. Outside of the options presented to us, we decide to look for evidence of true corruption. Paul the Apostle directs us to Joan of Arc, our cue for this mission. After discussing transportation options, Ambrosia departs to start looking into the company's background. She encounters some pushback from normally forthcoming contacts, including a contact receiving incredible pressure from 3-letter federal agencies trying to call them off the job. She does get a name, Clark, the safety manager, who always steps in to protect his underlings. Indira finds out there's some big money invested in this company and that they're globally involved. She uncovers his full name, Clark Green, and finds his basic biographical information. Married male, mid-40s, has made his whole career at Aetna. Nothing immediately pops out as shady, but he's got more money than expected. When discussing these findings, the plan eventually settles on Rashid using his magic to create chaos centered around a Mr. Green, intended to expose whatever dirty secrets he has. Next, we'll kidnap this poor man and interrogate him. The first snafu happens, however, when Rashid's spell fails. Green seems strangely insulated. We decide to go forward on Plan Kidnap, though in a way to not attract attention. One method is to have Lorenzo apply for work as a third shift lead, ostensibly working under this guy. Mitch gifts Lorenzo with the gift of perfection. We then attack the other arms of the problem, including infecting the company computers with malware that can either corrupt the Galileo blueprints or deliver them to us. Rashid comes along the day of the interview, while Lorenzo manages to get some solid information about the company out of Clark, including him swearing up and down that this company does not, has never, and will never manufacture weapons. He appears to sincerely believe his company has no involvement in weapons tech. As far as we can tell, this guy seems squeaky clean. The interview wraps up with Lorenzo getting a factory tour and ripping off their soda. He does uncover the existence of independent contractors who seem to work apart from the regular employees. Lorenzo tries to snag a picture of their badge logo, twin crossed lightning bolts with eagles in the background. We're pretty sure that whatever aesthetic they're trying to convey with that logo, Jacob's gonna end up punching someone. Once Lorenzo's interview wraps up, we reconvene and continue hashing out our plans. Clark seems a stand-up guy, so maybe if we feed him evidence that his company is making a weapon, we might persuade him to work with us. After the break, we start discussing the security company with the strange logo that Lorenzo spotted on his interview. Mitch and Rashid team up to study the logo. It belongs to a fairly well-known private corporate security force, the Rings of Jupiter. As dragons, we know that the CEO of the Rings is a scion of Zeus. We now enter the long con. Indira and Ambrosia ingratiate themselves into the personal lives of our marks, including hosting a really lovely birthday party for Clark. Indira uses one of her powers to detect if drunk Clark tells any lies. He seems to be one squeaky clean dude. After the drunk interrogation, Jacob uses his own magic to pressure Clark to spill his guts. He finally reveals his main grievance with Aetna, that they keep things hidden from him, despite his 15 years of loyalty with the company. He cannot even access the administrative areas without a security escort. Indira convinces him that he should, for his own good and the good of the workers whose security he is responsible for, find out what's going on. She uses her dragon magic to convince him to trust Michael Bolton, aka Lorenzo, to enlist him in this plan. But how to take advantage of this? Meanwhile, our USB infiltration uncovers another plan called Cyclops, symbolized by a hammer with an eyeball on it. We organize our equipment for the infiltration, summed up by, and now Steve has a gun. It's time for a break-in. We end up in the older, almost antique area of the production line. It even has hammers and chisels, and a mold of something that looks like a lightning bolt. Oh, and the air smells like ozone. We're in the Forge of Hephaestus, and it appears as though Galileo is, in fact, making lightning bolts of Zeus, guarded by something awful.
All right. Thank you very much, Rachel.
You're welcome.
And
I will be faster on the uptake next time.
nope, it's going to be okay. I appreciate that. All right, yes. So that is where we left off, is you all had accessed the administrative office that was part of the main factory floor and discovered the hidden elevator that was there. It took you far down, far below the factory floor, down to what felt several hundred feet below ground underneath the earth. You'd stepped out into a bit of a darker room, but one that seemed to include a complete and whole blacksmithing area in with Forge. You took a moment to find some almost discarded, at least damaged, broken molds that loosely resembled lightning bolts. And the smell of ozone was in the air, as well as with your dragon senses, you were able to smell that mythological creatures, scions, and even a god had been here at some point. Not currently, but at least recently. You look further around this forge area, and you're able to see other masterworks in several different armors and arms. You see a mirrored and polished shield that etched and inlaid on the reflection is that of a Medusa head. You see winged boots. You see a spear wrapped in just engraved into it are tree branches and vines that interlace with one another. You see a great giant broadsword that on the hilt is a roaring lion's head. You look further around, and you know that your mission is to. This is where they would more than likely hold the original and unique casting of the unique mold for Project Galileo. It's up to you to attempt to locate it, and probably quickly, because who knows when the occupants of this forge may return.
Well, we were told to look for the project molds, and from the description, it sounds like the only molds are of the lightning bolts.
Yes, that's what it seems like.
Yes, that is what Indira will go for.
So you look at the ones that are obvious to the eye. These are damaged. They've been used. They've been worked. These look like copies. They're definitely not the original. These would be working copies. They wouldn't be the original one, which you are tasked to find.
Okay. I guess I try to make a study of them to figure out what the finished product might look like, or what a more refined mold might look like.
Sure. Excuse me. Let me pull up this old cheat sheet here real quick. Give me a intellect plus technology roll.
Intellect plus technology. I don't suck at that.
Good.
Let me unclick. Okay, there we go. And I think I sent it to the chat. There we go. Ooh, 3 successes. Go
Awesome.
me.
Three successes. With 3 successes, you're able to determine that you look at the molds and you're just like, a lightning bolt. Smells like ozone. No way. Like, no way. But then you look around and you do see that close to where those molds are is a large injection style, probably the most futuristic looking thing down here, actually. And a giant rolling, bubbling, incredibly hot cauldron of what looks to be liquid platinum. But as you get closer and you kind of, pour a little bit out, this is closer to mithril or some other legendary metallic substance, adamantine, take your pick, whatever name has gone throughout the ages and through fantasies and through different people's writings, but this is a heavenly ore, and it looks like it's to you kind of put together with that role that Zeus's lightning bolts that he was endowed upon. He was given the lightning bolt, his brother the helm, and his other brother the trident. They do need to be forged, but it's just an implement that is forged. It seems that the actual power of the lightning, the thing that makes it a lightning bolt of Zeus, is something that comes from him. So if you were to, like, if you had the knowledge to how to set this mold, pour it, work it, and make a finished, product here, it would not, picking it up would not cause it to spark into a lightning bolt that you could then hurl at somebody. Mm-hmm. You'd have a very, cool looking and expensive and, dangerous as a blunt object lightning bolt.
Okay. Indira will suggest, this seems to be the core material they're using. Should we steal it or spill it or sabotage it in some way?
We were told to sabotage it, were we not?
Yes.
The production?
We
Yeah.
Sabotaging production was part of your mission parameters.
Well, I could just break this canister, but then there will be molten metal all over the floor, so maybe we do that last.
Or just introduce impurities. It's not mithril if you
Looks
put
like
a
I
lot of
could just-
iron dust in there.
Bleed over it.
The big...
Yeah,
the
I don't think you
forge-
want to put our blood into
I look
something
around.
that's going to be forged into a weapon.
I look around. There's tools here, right? Just like regular tools that people use.
Yep. Chisels, hammers, anvils.
I pick up a sledgehammer, I look at it, and I throw it in the mix, in the liquid.
It's
Join
that
in.
Impurities!
It's that Ring and Mount Doom moment where it just kind of it floats for just a second and then just bloop, immediately liquefies.
I start throwing more in.
After it creates that nice crust.
Crust.
The
I
mold
also-
that they're dumping it into, it's like right there in front of us, right?
This is clearly not the original. These
Okay.
are worked molds that, and it looks like these molds are meant to be disposable. As in, you make X amount of lightning bolts of the mold, and then you need to make a copy of the original to then, continue making more.
Okay.
Well, we should still destroy these. Who knows how difficult it is to make a copy of the original.
Yeah. But the part of your mission was to find the original and take it. So these would not be the ones you're trying to steal. But yeah, part of sabotaging production would absolutely be destroying these molds.
Hell yeah, then Mitch will chuck those in as well.
Sure. Yeah.
Melt it all.
Yeah. So you guys take the better part of 20 minutes or so, just
If the mold can
going
hold,
through the workshop and just dumping all kinds of random metal in there.
If the mold can hold the liquid, would the mold melt in the liquid?
What? Steve?
Given enough time, potentially.
You're saying you're gonna put the mold in the.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can we use the term that we're using in chat on stream? I don't know if that's allowed by
Sure, if you want.
terms and services.
Yeah, you can use that term if you'd like.
It's all you, Steve.
We don't know if.
Yes, I am
okay,
chucking these molds into the Zeus juice.
Okay, thank you. If the molds can hold the Zeus juice, why would we think the Zeus juice would melt the molds?
Steve,
So you look at the molds, and they're clearly damaged. So it looks like they can hold it
Okay, so
while
they do break
the
down,
like
you said that.
yeah.
Okay. All right,
Yeah, it looks like it can hold it for a period of time, so they can be set and worked on.
Got it.
But yeah, it does look like
did say that.
if you chuck these molds in there, an hour, 2 hours, who knows how long, but they will eventually melt.
Steve,
Gotcha.
you've
If-
watched enough Forge and Fire. I'm disappointed you even asked that question.
mean,
We're dealing
we're calling
with magic,
this...
man.
It's
Fortune's
true,
fortune,
you know,
man.
That does
Yes.
change the rules a little bit.
Like, it is magic, and we've just decided to name it Zeus Juice, so Indira is staying far away.
Somewhere Hephaestus shudders as this divine metal he works has been renamed Zeus Juice by a bunch of spies.
I want to point. I'm not okay with that, even though it's fucking hilarious.
I start looking for a way to go deeper into the facility.
I just want to reiterate. I want to remind everybody that currently Ambrosia is sitting in the parking lot on the hood of the van.
That's true.
Just kind of going like, man, I hope these assholes are doing all right.
That's true. Forgot about
don't-
that.
Don't we have microphones to communicate with each other?
You would have earpieces and whatnot.
Yeah, and we've been here all of like 10 minutes.
So, Ambrosia would probably hear quite clearly, like Indira say, if we're naming that Zeus Juice, I'm staying far away from it.
Go again, Hunter 2?
Negative copy on that. What?
I have a power. I want to see if I can use this.
Okay,
So,
sure.
Animate Earth. By imbuing 1 point of inheritance, you can animate the earth itself, causing dirt, stone, metal, or mixtures of all three to become a human or dragon-shaped creature that is other than mindless and entirely under your control. Can I just make a Zeus Juice golem?
Do you want to make a person out of Zeus juice? You want to?
You know, I mean, you would. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So, without saying anything or without really conveying what's about to happen,
A man just pops out of his hat.
Lorenzo just imbues his essence, and suddenly, like, everything that you guys are doing just sort of forms into this dragon-like creature that I'm just gonna say it uses all of it, and just I can use it to trash the place if I want.
You see Lorenzo walk over into the injection mold casting device, which is the most modern piece of technology down here, and he just like picks it up and just throws it on the ground as hard as possible, like breaking it into like a bunch of different pieces. And then as he does that, all of the Zeus juice that was bubbling in the cauldron that you guys have been throwing stuff into, like Jacob, you throw like another like chisel in there, and then you like, wait, it didn't make the usual like gurgle it does when it melts, and you like go like you turn back around and you just see the entire liquid of the cauldron kind of, almost if it had been tipped over, but it spills out of it, kind of rolling across the ground. And you're almost like, what the hell? And you're like trying to take a step back before it like engulfs you in, you know, this molten metal. But it slowly takes form, and you see it just have these large, you know, wide, legs that taper up into this large, and it just takes on this golem-like shape. And you can see, you know, the bits. You can see the one of the molds pokes through its chest that hasn't fully melted yet. There's like a hammer coming out of its neck that hasn't fully melted yet. But you see it kind of like slowly start to form into the rest of the golem, and just the entire contents of that pot are now a walking golem. And you see the steps it takes, like the ground is just this fiery cherry red from how hot it is. Like it's almost burning the dirt.
I have a question.
Yes.
What action does insert name, does Lorenzo do to activate this power?
Oh, I said that. I'm sorry. I spoke for Lorenzo. I said he destroyed the injection mold casting device.
Okay.
Danielle, if you're watching, we're very sorry.
All right, so
I'm
you've
still
got
looking for a deeper way in. I want nothing to do with Zeus Juice golems.
All right, give me.
I feel like I'm tagging along with Rashid on this one.
Okay, so the two sets of your keen eyes working together. You don't see any like way deeper in. It seems like this is the area. There's nothing else designed to be here. And any any mortal way of leaving here is through the elevator you came. Gods and Scions seem to have a different way of entering here, but mortal ways of going is through the elevator. But you do find that kind of it's past the blacksmithing workshopping area, almost, and it's just a moment where you just kind of like see this perfectly weirdly square pattern of dirt on the ground, and you brush and there's almost these like perfectly seamless edges set into the ground, that there is a vault that has been dug into the ground here.
Yeah, well, this is interesting.
Now, we can assume that if we get this original old piece, that it's going to go where? Like when we're turning it in, when we're completing the quest and turning in our gathered materials, where is this mold gonna go?
You don't know? You didn't ask?
Like it's gotta go in. Yes.
Get over here and open this.
Oh.
Caress it like you do.
So I will walk over.
So what's the rule in that? Just like anything, or like is there certain things you can't open?
Magical.
Okay.
If it's
it does
magically
not,
locked,
it does. You caress it and you're like, this is magically locked.
But I still think I have something that helps me with opening.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. But like, it doesn't just automatically open.
You want me to break it open?
If you wish.
Do you like learn about the safe still by touching it in a loving way?
No.
Okay.
No.
So, I have armor shearing jaws.
Oh.
Oh.
Or.
Yes.
I have a backup in case this doesn't work.
I'm gonna chew it open if I can. So your natural tag attacks automatically gain the piercing tag and count as 1 scale greater for the purposes of destroying inanimate objects. If you have rending claws transformed, gain +1 enhancement to attacks made against objects or armored targets. So let's see here. I also have. Okay, so that was a calling. I also have the Knack of Brutal Might. And let's see here. Looking to see how I can do these claws that calling was talking about. Aha! Close combat is bare fist slash claws. But I also have a specialty in wrecking for athletics.
Is piercing jaws a draconic knack?
It is a calling knack. Calling knack? What is it? I have it listed on my cheat sheet as callings.
Checking. I think that's draconic. If it is, we finally get
Probably.
to see someone turn into a dragon.
Yay.
I get to be a dragon.
Audience has been asking about that for 2 sessions, so I say let's do it.
I'm for it.
So you kind of set yourself up, you roll back your sleeves a little bit, you get in a position, you move your hands on top of where they point to, and just, as a dragon, you're very familiar with this. It is very hot underneath there. Very hot.
Oh. I do-
And you pause and smell. Lava.
Why is lava in a vault? I turn around and I'm like, I don't even know if I really need to open this. This is a vault full of lava.
Oh, that's probably how Hephaestus shows up. His other name is Vulcan, and he is a god of volcanoes.
Wait, so they trapped a god in a vault?
I don't think they trapped him. I think this is his commute.
Want to live forever? Bite that handle off.
Do it.
Okay.
So you can still do your transform, but you just want to be careful with the application. Bite too deep, and that's a spicy meatball, as they say.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you don't
I
have to
love
tear
this.
the wall off the vault. All you have to do is wreck the locking mechanism. And
Well,
then-
that, or I
Or at
can
least,
like
like, bite
can
far
opener
enough.
it.
Yeah, that, or bite far enough in that you can at least see in it, like see what you're dealing with.
I mean, look, we are dragons. We are dragons. Fire dragons, they kind of go together.
I like water.
And
Too bad
ice dragon.
Ambrosia's your fire dragon.
Yeah.
He's not
I
the only one.
I do take the moment and I go, hey Ambrosia, guess what I get to play with? Lava.
Oh, son of a.
Magma.
You know, we could just teleport him in here.
Boiling hot magma.
Ambrosia, do you want to come play with the lava?
I thought I'm standing out here because you fuckers couldn't get me in.
Oh. Okay, well stay out there. I'll play with the lava then. Bye.
Keep the engine running. These guys are taking forever. We're gonna get caught.
So,
I would like to. You know, I can just
Yes,
come in the
yes,
front
Ambrosia.
door.
I do also drive, so I could always switch places with Ambrosia, should Ambrosia so
Is that
choose.
a power you have?
Drive?
No, swap places.
No.
I have the power of drive.
I cast drive.
Oh my god.
My hands physically become a steering wheel.
I hate you all so much, but I love you all so much.
I think I read that on AO3 once.
I.
Oh my god. Okay. Alright. Okay. Okay.
I look and I kind of start wanting to get a thing like, okay, so I saw them go through, like, well, how hard would it be for me to get from the front door to this elevator by myself?
Not impossible.
Lava.
Like I said, it's definitely meant for. It's a human-designed security system for humans.
Right.
So-
But I don't have infiltration magics.
Sure, you know, it's infiltration magics. You can still attempt to sneak, and it's not going to be that high of a difficulty challenge.
I mean, you could look for the lava tube, because like that lava is coming from somewhere and going somewhere else.
That's a good point. Okay.
Alright. Cracks knuckles. Rolls up the sleeves.
Do it. Zach Rules wants to see this dragon.
Okay, so describe to us how Nidhogger manifests themselves into you.
So, firstly, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I have to do something specific in order to enact this, which is either curse an
yes.
enemy or... Okay.
Those are only
Curse an
your
enemy.
spells. Those are not your knacks.
Okay.
So if this is a knack, you have to transform. That's it.
Oh.
Okay, yes. So if none of those abilities that you said earlier were spells, then yeah, you don't need to do the curse enemy, roar, or touch gold or jewels.
Fantastic. So you start to see Jacob's skin writhing, like there's worms or snakes underneath of his skin, and it just stretches beyond what you think that what looks like a human skin should. And bulging underneath of the cheeks, the arms, etc. And then you see this darkness just peeking out from his mouth, and he opens his mouth further and further, and you see this thing with needle-sharp teeth come out, very slinky, and the eyes are just white. But the rest is black, but not black like a void or like a t-shirt. Black is in the depths of dirt. Like when you bury a body and you look in the grave and there's that just darkness. The dragon slinks out further, and just the skin kind of sheds that was Jacob and dissipates like ash in a breeze as it peels itself out of Jacob. 2 front legs with very long, spindly fingers, needles at the end. And if you go near this dragon, the Lindworm, coldness radiates. And it's as if dry ice is constantly pouring out of his mouth.
Whoa.
And so he snakes his way to the vault, and you see this very creepy dragon just puncture, just like a can opener.
Just like a can opener, you kind of test each puncture, and you start to peel it back a little bit. You get about 4, dragon-sized puncture wounds in before just this blast of impossibly hot air just washes across you, and you instantly recoil away from it. From being a being of ice and snow, this is as if someone punched you in the face almost. But the vault is peeled back enough so that you can see inside, and what you see is just a boiling, rolling pool of lava, and set just below the surface of it is the casting. This casting does not look like the others by any way, shape, or form. This casting has the same shape, of course, but there are, even from underneath the lava, you can see that has runes in Titan speech etched all along and inside the carvings. You can see that it has a constant fluctuation. Its shape doesn't seem permanent. It seems to extend, distend. It swells, it balloons in places. This seems to be something not of this world at all. And you remember that the stories say Zeus took this from the Titans when they killed them. This is something of Titan. None of you have ever seen a Titan artifact, let alone, should you be able to pull it out of the lava, hold one.
I can get it out, but that's less exciting than watching Steve fireproof his way through it. I think you should stealth in here. If you fail, I'll just telekinesis it as backup.
Yeah, Indira over our microphone connection. Ambrosia, I think we need you now.
I will,
I'm sorry, that's rude. We've always needed you, Ambrosia. What I meant was there's a swimming pool of lava that we
on my way. Thank you.
dive into. Okay.
Always.
Ambrosia, I need you to keep your phone on, please. Or your comms open, I guess I should say.
Mm-hmm.
And I use Mastery of the World, Patty. As long as we're connected, I can give him +3 enhancement to any roll he makes to get here, because everything just works out in his favor.
Okay. So would we say a stealth roll actually is? It's dexterity and athletics?
Correct. Or wits, if it's getting around people.
Whichever one you want to do, Ambrosia.
The hell is wits?
Or, I'm crossing streams. It's either dexterity or cunning.
Those are the same, and it's athletics no matter
Yes,
what.
athletics. Yeah, athletics no matter what, and then either dexterity or cunning.
That's why I did not come with you.
He needs 1 success, then you get 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't forget, you can spend willpower to get 3 bonus dice.
I was gonna say, what's the willpower system in this game?
+3 bonus die per point spent. Only 1 point per roll.
How many willpower do I have? Is it called willpower in Scion?
I don't. Is there? I
don't think so.
do not think.
I do have trade.
streams
No,
again.
I have tradecraft too.
Not Scion.
I have tradecraft too.
Tradecraft is going to give you more enhancements, but it's not going to give you dice.
Got it. Okay.
What are your purviews?
My purviews? You mean my dragon
Callings.
magic?
Your callings, sorry.
Cop turn private eye, which is firearms, integrity, and precision.
No, your actual callings like ruler, primeval, watcher.
On the second page, top of the second page.
Sorry.
Sorry. Destroyer, judge, watcher.
Destroyer, judge, watcher. Watcher. If you have to spend it to do this, but it's legend. Don't spend your inheritance. Spend a point of legend, which means you can't use legend again until you restore it, which requires fate binding. But if you spend a point of legend on the calling, you can then do a miracle. And the miracle could be, I want to know exactly when I have to be sneaky and get bonus dice that way. It's called breaking the rules because you're a Scion.
I'm
Or you
just
just be a baller and just roll it.
I'm gonna make this roll. So if I get 1 success, I technically get an extra 5 on top of that from Tyler's 3 and my tradecraft 2.
Yes.
All right, gotta make 1. Here we go.
Easy.
Are you serious?
I don't know why you were worried. I don't even know why you were worried. Ambrosia, are the sneakiest you have ever been in your life.
That
you
is,
like take
everyone
that
knows,
first hesitant step, and you're just like, wait.
That's
this is
3
easy.
on. That's 3 successes on 3 dice. So, which now becomes 8 successes.
Take that first step, you're just like, man, this. I don't know what I'm worried about. You just like start sprinting through the facility. Just like, man. Batman ain't got shit on me. Run up the stairs, run to the administrative office. It's not until you're like hit the down arrow on the elevator doors that you realize that the Jupiter's rings, the 2 that could have possibly seen you, are both just like asleep at their station.
Nice.
You're just like, oh. Doors close. Ding. Start going down. Step off the elevator. Step off the elevator, and you are greeted with the same sight that they have been relaying to you, but to put your eyes to it is another thing entirely. And you are able to see the bit of floor section that Jacob has ripped open, and before you can see it, you can feel it, the intense boiling heat of the lava.
Okay.
And you are pleased.
Okay. All right, so I see I see this lava, and I'm just kind of like, what? What the hell's going on here?
Your guess is as good as ours.
This.
I don't know, but I know that's the mold we need. If we wait too much longer, we're gonna get caught.
We need to hurry.
We can't dawdle. Get that shit.
Okay, fine.
Go first.
So, I walk up to it and, with cost of none and for duration of one scene, you just see my arm starts to glow and embers start to just kind of like drift off my arm. And I just reach right into the lava and you just see all the burning, sizzling comes up from around it. But I have ember skin now, and I cannot take damage or suffer any harm from fire, heat, smoke installation. I can walk through wildfires or industrial microwaves, swim in magma for as long as I can hold my breath. Literally what it says.
Oh, okay, perfect. And so you see Ambrosia start to lower her hand down towards the object in the lava, and all of you, even though you know it's going to be fine, there's all that brief brace right before the first fingertip meets the lava. But then just confidently, she plunges her hand all the way into the lava. You grip this object that is quite large. Well, that's the thing, is its shape keeps changing.
Oh.
But when you grasp it, it just kind of forms to your hand, and it just feels like a perfectly weighted sword. Or when you get the grip right on a pistol, or when you have a personally made set of golf clubs, just when something just feels like it was made to fit in your hand is what it feels like when you pick this object up and you pull it out of the lava, and it's still glowing, a very bright orangish red, and you see the runes carved into it are not just sort of obscure kind of alien language. It's a combination of drawings and pictures that seem to move and tell detailed stories without you really understanding the meaning of them.
I have a question.
Yes.
Can I absorb information on this?
What does the ability say?
You can touch items containing information like books, flash drives, or even computers, and instantly absorb all the information contained within. As long as the information is not in code or otherwise deliberately concealed, you have exactly the same comprehension and retention of the information as if you carefully read the material. However, touch a computer while this spell is active does not allow you to absorb any information stored online, only physically stored in the computer. So does this have any inherent information stored inside of it? Is it if it's just a
more kind of just history
Okay.
is what you get from it. So you get almost like a vivid picture of the war between the Titans and the gods. You get those flashing kind of mental images of Zeus hurling his first couple of thunderbolts at Kronos. It's you realize that you have quite a powerful weapon in your hands right now.
To do that, I just take a big lick of the item, and then holding that item, I reach down with my other hand, and I pull up a handful of the magma. And I just take a big gulp.
Okay.
So, feel like smiting anyone right now?
We figured out why everyone's doing so awesomely. These sheets are still set up for demigod. It's rolling 7 again. I'm fixing it for everyone.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Well, even on my 3, I rolled a 7, 10, and 9, so it would have been 2 for 10 and 1 for 9. So.
Yeah, so you're still fine. We haven't
the
made that many
10s
rolls tonight, so it's all
The
good.
10s aren't auto-exploding in this sheet either.
Oh, they roll again? That's right, 10s roll again.
It counted the 7 for you.
Okay. But yeah, Ambrosia actually consumes the magma.
Dope. All right.
Do I feel overwhelmed to smite anyone or anything?
No.
No. So I look back at Indira. No more than usual.
Impressive. I am impressed.
I just imagine like the smoke still coming off from my hand where it's like trying to burn in.
Jacob, who is still a dragon, snorts at the warmth that you're giving off and moves a little further away.
Does anyone have
Yeah.
rhyme?
I do!
You should rhyme that so you can hand it to Indira so she can get the hell out of here before we get caught. She can teleport out with it.
Will it last, though?
All you have to do is cool it off, and then it's just metal or stone or whatever.
So I shall do that.
But you should probably let Ambrosia set it down first. I don't think Ambrosia would appreciate that on her hands.
I've got it.
Yeah, but you can't teleport.
I didn't have any problem getting in here. The guards are
Yeah.
asleep.
Yeah, and we helped you. You gonna take that chance again getting out with the giant bowl? It's bigger than you?
It's in my hand now.
Right, but it's huge.
Patty said it formed in my hand.
It's not the size of your hand. It's like
Oh.
it'd be like the size of a golf club in your hand.
Oh,
But yeah,
wow.
it's not. But it's not like
Okay.
gigantic.
We can teleport out of here, or I can try to walk out. Like the guards are asleep.
Why
They
make
don't
it
know we're
harder?
Here. Okay. All right.
With all due respect, I don't want to take your new toy away from you, but I do believe that teleportation would be slightly safer in this instance.
Okay.
Mitch, being a sneaky one himself, would actually like to see Ambrosia try it out.
All right, so
You guys
On
are
your-
terrible spies, says Rashid.
on your job checklist, you have found the original mold. You have sabotage production. Yeah, we'll say sure with the
Well,
with the Zeus Juice Golem and destroying the other copies of the molding. You have downloaded any schematics. You have your tracker worm in their computers. So all that's left is to besmirch their good name somehow.
Go take a picture of the sleeping guards, and that can be like a scandal. Like, their security's awful. It's obviously so bad. Because we heard rumors of sabotage, and here's evidence of them sleeping on the job.
I like that. That's not bad at all. Okay.
So Jacob, I imagine, will cool down the weapon. Indira will port out to where we met Paul the Apostle with it.
Oh, you're gonna teleport straight back to the safe house?
Unless there are alternative suggestions for where I should go, that seems like the most logical. I mean, I could just teleport to Clark Green's house and be like, "Happy birthday!"
Look.
I mean,
Look, a weapon.
yeah. Look, it looks like a lightning bolt. This is totally a gun that will kill people, Clark.
It's true. You would blow his fragile little mortal mind.
Yeah, I'm not that mean.
can I have the
Yeah,
golem just sort of like start sitting on stuff and melting it and just trashing the place?
Absolutely. Yeah.
You
It
should
sits
tell your
on
mom to do that.
it sits on some of the heavier anvils you couldn't quite pick up. You start having it just like leaning against like the furnace, and like it's got the furnace is now just useless because the size, like the hole where the fire is just too large, that there's too much oxygen, and now you can't make a really good fire in there.
Dope.
Yeah. To get this part of the factory kind of operational again, it's going to take a lot of money, a lot of effort.
That's a shame.
Not to mention billable man hours.
Right.
Billable man
True.
hours.
So
Oh,
Indira
that's
took
gonna go over really well at the next shareholder meeting.
right.
Okay, so so Jacob cools down the lightning bolt. The others besides Ambrosia can touch it. Indira, are you going to just teleport out with it right now?
Yeah, because Rashid has a really good point that we are about to get caught by what we don't know, but they're probably on the way. And yeah, unless anyone strenuously objects, she will teleport straight to the safe house.
We'll meet you there.
What if I just
Okay.
regularly object and not strenuously object?
I mean, do you have a what
She
are your
specified
reasons?
strenuously.
Okay.
Like,
well then...
do you have a good reason?
Oh, I strenuously object then. No.
I apologize. I did this to Sean. I mentioned a few good men the other day, and
Yep. Not going away.
All right, so you teleport and you just go back into that meeting room, and Paul the Apostle is just still there on his tablet. He just looks up. Wow. We lost 5 on this mission.
Oh, no, they're following.
Oh.
But we wanted to get this out of their grasp as soon as possible.
There's a very brief moment of something besides like passive not caring in his eyes. And he's just like, oh, wow. You actually got the original. I'll take that.
Hands it
I'll
over.
just have it.
Jacob cooled it down. I don't know how long that will last. We found it in a pool of magma.
That sounds about right. And he goes to where Joan of Arc usually is. It's gone for about, I don't know. We'll see. The rest of you, what are you guys doing?
I thought, what we're gonna do Indira's idea: sneak back up the way that we came, snap pictures of the sleeping guards, and then drive out so that our car's not here.
We're gonna oceans this. We're all gonna leave the way we leave, but not as a group. We can meet at the car, but we're not gonna walk out as a pile of people.
I would just,
A pile
go
of
back
people.
Oh my god, did you guys see that basement? Wow.
I would just go back to my shift and eventually finish it and come home.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna use my look at my janitor power and leave.
I would kind of like to describe how I detransition from dragon.
Are you detransitioning before you get in the elevator?
Well, I mean, unless I'd fit in the elevator.
It was a tight fit on the way down, so like, you know,
Oh no.
unless you want people riding you.
We just go for a fly.
I would be totally fine with that. That would be fun. Is there a way to fly out of here?
No.
Damn.
Through
You
the
have
roof.
flight powers. Dragons don't get that automatically.
Oh,
You
valid.
have to have knacks or spells.
Yeah. Plus, this isn't like open out into like you're very much underneath the earth right now.
Just break a hole in the wall. No, I'm just kidding. I'm actually looking to see if I have flying, because I am curious. No, I do not, sadly. Yeah,
So
no.
how do you de-dragon?
So, you see this sudden bulge in the lindworm as if it had eaten, as if it were a python that had just eaten a very large rat. And the lindworm starts going "Bleh," and gagging a little bit. And you see the tongue kind of snaking out, kind of like... I'm sorry, Steve. And all of a sudden, just as this lump progresses towards the mouth, the lindworm starts shriveling from tail and onward, like a little raisin, like someone's set this lindworm out in the sun for too long. And it eventually shrivels into nothingness as it goes, and out of the mouth pours Jacob, feet first. And he just kind of lands superhero pose out of the lindworm's mouth, and it just kind of shrivels to nothing.
Does it make that funny noise that a balloon does when you let it go?
No, but the removal of Jacob from within the lindworm sounds reminiscent of a cat getting rid of a hairball. So.
Oh, love that sound.
But not like the repeated like it's just a consistent. So.
Oh, that somehow makes it worse.
Yeah, that's worse, right? You understand why that's worse?
All right, so yes, thank you, YY, for both your wonderful description of your transformation and de-transformation. But almost sadly, you see Jacob kind of lift his head up from the Superman pose. All right, let's get back on the elevator.
Mitch will look at Rashid, and Mitch will pull out. I'm sure we have like little button cameras or
Sure.
something along those lines.
Sure, why not?
I'll hand a button camera to Rashid, and I'll say, put this on me, and I'll re-imbue my inheritance, turn back into a gecko.
Okay.
That way I can get pictures as I'm running through this.
Nice.
Oh, okay, sure.
I like that.
Wait, is it a tiny little GoPro?
Yes,
on top
yeah,
of a tiny little
yes.
gecko
Yes,
wagon?
Yes,
it's a gecko GoPro.
Mitch
It's a
is
gecko.
essentially Mitch essentially has a GoPro on top of his little gecko head.
Gecko Pro.
Wow.
It's a Gek Pro.
Gecko Pro. Got it. Jeez. Wow.
All right, so you all pile into the elevator, and it swiftly ascends back up out of the workshop. Kind of review. All right, to damage assembly line. We got the files. We got them all. Things are going pretty good. And it's right at that moment. Ding! Elevator's open. You all step out. Spotlights fill the windows of the administrative office. You can see it's blinding at first. You kind of squint through it, and you can see the shadows of about 12 or so bodies lining kind of the rafters area of the main workshop. You just hear a very deep but definitely feminine voice come across a loudspeaker. We know you are in there. Please do not make this harder than it needs to be.
Talking about us.
Let's see. Let's just
One
wait.
more spotlight turns on you specifically.
All right. Well, they know you're here.
Please drop all weapons. Kick them to the side
Is she a Scot?
and lay on the ground. You can't quite make out her accent.
Let's
Seems to
say
be-
she's Scottish and or Russian and or
You can't quite make out her accent. It seems like she has spent time in a lot of places and or has just been really influenced by a lot of places. I'm not quite sure what the
Gotcha.
accent is. You have 5 seconds to comply.
I mean, what are they gonna do? They gonna throw a grenade, nuke?
Five
You
What?
hear the sliding of several automatic handles.
Like, do they have? Or can they hit us? Like, are we exposed? What's this?
Oh yeah, so there's windows in this almost that line the entire administrative office,
Mm-hmm.
and they're just gonna Hans Gruber Die Hard you basically, and just spray a bunch of automatic fire and burst all the windows in there.
I hit the close elevator button.
I specifically said you all step out and off of the elevator.
Oh darn!
I feel like I've been railroaded.
Hit the down. Wrong floor.
Well, that sucks. So
1.
one.
I take cover
Yeah, I'll take cover and call my golem.
I'm gonna activate an act.
All right. As soon as the first person goes for cover, like you guys can kind of say like an instant action you all want to do, and then automatic fire is going to rip through these windows here. But before we get into any of that, it's close enough. We'll go ahead and take our 10-minute break. It is 10:20 p.m. We will be back at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's 10 minutes from now,
Patty,
where our wonderful... Yes, what?
I strenuously object to this break.
Your objection has been noted. It has been filed. And just like all good filings go, it will never be brought up again. So, 10 minutes. We'll see you back here, and we'll see if our super spies are also super combatants. Hint: yes, they are. Welcome back, Scion Dragon viewers. Just a little update. The Kickstarter, which ends in 2 days on Thursday, and if you haven't already backed it, you're a fool, is at 155,000. 155,000. That's insane. The goal is 35. That's like a certain percentage more than what they wanted. And
That is a demigod percentage more.
I believe they only need like 10,000 more to get the virtual tabletop tokens for Mythos. We already got the virtual tabletop tokens for Dragon, which like I'm a little biased 'cause that's the one I like better. So like whatever, man. You Mythos people can just be shit out of luck for all I care. But
I know Tyler's
if you're in the
over here.
Mythos, yeah, I know Tyler would really appreciate and really like it, is if you can get $10,000 more dollars to the Kickstarter and get those Mythos tokens. So if you've already backed it, consider backing more. If you haven't backed it yet, what are you doing? Back it. All right. Our level group of spies have just totally not traditional spy movie like been caught in the spotlight with the clacking of definitely not what I envision in my mind, MP40s that are leveled and aimed at all of you. And over the loudspeaker, you will comply with the demands. You've all like, yeah, fuck that. And you've either done for cover or activated an act. What is everyone doing in this initial response to your 5-second countdown before we roll initiative?
It's like she couldn't remember what the demands were.
Oh my god. What's a knack roll skill? Like you just roll.
You read your knack. If it needs you to make a roll, it'll tell you to make a roll.
That's not what I mean. If I need to make a knack roll for a skill or for a knack, what am I rolling?
Your calling tells you. What's the calling?
Primeval, and it says
Primeval is integrity, occult, or science.
okay.
And then you pick the attribute. You and Patty decide if it's Patty decides if it's finesse, force, or defense or resistance, and then you pick which of the three from that category you want to use. That's how it works.
Okay. I want to change what I did exactly. I want to use calling wind and flame, make a knack skill roll. With any successes, you summon an environmental disaster relevant to your primeval element. A windstorm, hurricane, storm surge, wildfire, lightning strike, etc. This imposes a complication on the field equal to your primeval rating that lasts for a scene.
It's the same thing I'm going to do. So don't do fire, because we can combine them if they're different elements.
Can I just make a hurricane force winds inside this place?
What's your element? What's your dragon's element?
I don't think
It's supposed to match your dragon's element.
I don't think that was ever mentioned.
Pretty sure serpents are earth.
Earth?
So, earthquake.
Yeah,
And you
earthquake sounds good.
You can target just the room they're in, because remember, they're shooting at us through some windows into the room we're in. So that way the penalty doesn't hurt us.
Yeah,
You only target their part, yeah.
Right. I would want to, between us and them, I would create, or on them, I guess, I'd want to create an earthquake.
Okay, make the roll.
Good roll, integrity and science?
No, it would be either integrity, occult, or science plus an attribute.
Oh.
I'm gonna say stamina. You're gonna put your essence and your livelihood and your bodily power into this earthquake.
Okay, I will roll stamina. 3 successes.
Got to roll 11 dice. Oh Lord. Okay, cool. 3 successes. Excellent.
How much do you have in primeval?
2.
So they have to additional +2 complication, which means normally you need 1 success to shoot. Now they need 3.
Sure. Yeah.
So I'm going to do the same thing, but with fire. And if I succeed, now they need 5.
Sure.
So You can pick my attribute for me.
For fire, we're gonna say your might. You're gonna mightily belch your fire of your dragon, summon Tiamat's maw, and spew your fire.
Let's see.
Sean just saw in parentheses you put Sam Wade.
Yeah.
For your name.
That's his alias that he uses.
His work alias.
When he needs to have a phony name for a passport or something.
On your sheets, make sure you all check exit build mode if I didn't already. I apologize.
Holy hell. Okay.
So mean.
I think you succeed.
Okay. All right.
Oh, I was gonna say that's not even possible. That's the tens. Yep. Because I fixed the exploding. Yeah, so that's a critical success, which means when you activate a knack, the scale increases. So 2, 4, 6. They need to roll 8 successes to hit us now.
Okay.
Plus their room is shaking and on fire.
Good stuff. All right. All right. Ambrosia, Mitch, and Jacob, what are you doing before you're rolling initiative here?
Ooh.
Kind of like your initial reaction, like, you're taking cover.
FYI, if you go into the room they're in, you're going to catch on fire and be earthquake shook too. We're not immune to it.
I'm gonna, for now, take cover. Yeah.
Okay. Coolio. Make that even harder for them to hit you. All right, cool.
Mitch will jump off of Rashid's shoulder, all gecko-like, towards the nearest wall. Start to make his way up.
Okay. Not a problem.
I would like to take cover. But is there anything metal in this room?
Oh yeah. Desks, the computers. Yeah.
Okay. So I would like to use my leeching strength to find a piece of metal.
Okay.
I drain the powers. I drain power inherent to that property. So even if it's like steel, I basically drain that into me, and I can break it off, and then take its a bit like its attributes into me.
Okay.
So there's like a metal leg to a table or something like that. I reach out. I have to make a knack skill roll, but I did not see what skill. I do not have.
What's the calling?
Leeching strength.
Yeah, that's the knack. What's the calling it's attached to?
Probably Destroyer.
Stand by.
Probably. I mean, I'm going to guess Destroyer, but it doesn't specifically say.
It will under the knack itself in the book, which I can get. Hold on.
I mean, I'm looking at it right now. When you make a knack skill roll,
It is Destroyer.
What is it? Okay, Destroyer.
Destroyer.
Oh,
is...
I see where it is. Okay, I got it. I see it now. It is Destroyer, and I have Destroyer 1.
And Destroyer is unsurprisingly, you can choose from firearms, athletics, or the punchy skill. Close combat.
Close combat.
Close combat. I'm going to use firearms. And do I roll an attribute with that, or just the skill?
Yeah. Do intellect.
You're actually making it more complicated on yourself, Patty. You're supposed to pick a grouping, and then you make them pick which three. So you say might,
do
you
power.
say power, yeah, and then
Power.
Steve says strength,
Boom.
intelligence, or charm, persuasion, presence, words.
I'll do intellect to know, like, kind of. So basically, what I assume I'm doing is I'm putting extinguisher like up against the table, and I'm just blasting it out. So like where to put the gun in regard to like getting the leg off completely,
Yeah.
so that I can then take it. Because what I'm going to do is, let me roll this skill first. That is one success. And then, like I said, I have Destroyer 1. I don't know if that actually adds 1 or not. But I only need 1 success from my understanding of reading this.
The dot level only matters if the knack is powered by the dot level. Otherwise, it doesn't matter.
Jason tags a property, bestows. Are there going to be something you can hold in one hand? You can destroy the object. Persist. No. So basically, I blast this away. I have a hunk of metal like in my hand, and I start to kind of like absorb it and take on its properties. And then as it gets brittle and weaker, I just take a big chunk out of it and chew it up and eat it. And hopefully, as with the storyteller's permission, that will actually give me metallic properties and give me like hardened skin and protection. Like steel skin, basically.
Okay, yeah, sounds good to me.
All right, so I would have like hardness 1 or armor or something like that.
Okay, I like it.
Off of me.
Alrighty, cool. Now everyone roll initiative. Should be a button for it on your quick bar.
Yep, double down arrows.
Damn.
Really? Oh,
Initiative still counting 7s, but since we're all doing it, who cares? It's an equal roll.
It didn't roll any.
You should count 7s too on your mooks, Patty. That way it's fair.
It didn't roll
Okay.
any dice.
Oh,
You
that's
have
awkward.
to have something selected, I think, in order for it to work.
Is it just dexterity, or can I?
I think it's anything.
Your actual initiative should be on your sheet somewhere. You could look at it. Yeah, there's an initiative roll on the sheet you can use.
Alright.
Quick bar fails you.
Can I try that?
There it goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's based off number of successes, right?
yeah. This one is, yeah.
Which means, well, let me double check this other thing. But more than likely, Rashid's gonna go first here.
How do you get 10 dice? Jeez.
Yeah,
the 10's
Rashid's gonna
exploded on mine.
Rashid's gonna go first.
Yeah, but you had 10 dice to start with.
I don't remember what the 2 things you count are, but I must have 5s in both of them.
And Lorenzo. And then lady on the loudspeaker. Then
Lady on loudspeaker. LOL?
sure. Then my mooks. Then goes What's this? Oh, it doesn't say. The name is for some reason. Wait, unless that's saying that's 3 of Mitch's rolls.
Yeah, the first one didn't roll any, and then it's the last one, the one success.
It's the last one? Okay, so I'm missing...
Jacob.
Yeah, I don't see Jacob's roll in here.
Sorry.
No, you're okay.
How did you roll a 0 on initiative?
I have no idea.
Yeah, it's not rolling any dice.
It didn't roll any dice, yeah.
Try clicking the roll on the actual sheet. That's what I had to do.
Indira, I don't see your roll either.
Oh, because I'm not
She's not
here?
here?
Oh, yeah. Duh.
Yeah.
Duh. Good call. Good call.
I am, though, taking notes, and I will definitely
Nope,
make this
nope,
combat
you're
sound as
good.
epic
You're
as
good.
possible.
Why can't I find my initiative?
Bottom of the first
Down
page.
by where your movement stuff is, bottom left. It just
Aha.
says initiative and it's blue, and you can click it.
What?
You still got 0.
Yeah, it's not rolling any dice.
Okay. I'm assuming that initiative
Just make a
is...
pool out of your dex and wits, and that'll be good enough.
That's what I thought. It was...
It's dex and wits.
Might not be, but it sounds good
Wait.
enough to get the combat going.
It's your highest combat... No, your highest physical attribute plus wits. I believe is what it is. Or not wits.
Cunning?
Yes. I forget what it is. I just read it too.
I'll have to remember that, because that's a lot more dice than I roll.
Okay, so highest physical plus cunning. I rolled a dis 10 again. Is that okay?
Yes, fine.
Okay.
Steve, I don't see your role in here either. For Ambrosia. Unless that
got a 1.
Oh, 1. Okay, cool. Alright. Alright, that's how we're doing it. That's how we're doing it. No going backsies. Alright. Rashid, you're first.
Yep. Keen-eyed watcher. Which is an axe skill, yep, okay. So, I assume finesse, because I'm trying to figure something out.
Yes.
Okay. Come to me, sheet. So we're gonna use cunning and subterfuge. Probably helps if I check 50 other things. Okay. Tending in. 3 successes. So, with 3 successes, I can ask 3 questions from this list. First of all, who or what is the biggest threat? You must answer honestly.
The biggest threat is the woman you heard in the loudspeaker, and her name is Palemon.
What kinds of hazards that we're not creating are present? Besides guns.
Yeah, just the enemy in front of you, the weapons and combat abilities they wield.
And where's the nearest exit out of the building? You don't have to just describe that. You can just say we know now that we need to run.
Yeah, you know it is, but it'd be one of the several exits that are on the factory floor.
I share all this information over the comms, and I am done. Well, I'll take cover because I haven't moved.
Thank you for letting us know fire exits exist.
But now we know where those fire exits are.
Lorenzo.
Exit.
You're on your own next
Exit.
time, kid. You are the worst spy ever.
Oh, no goddamn spy.
Let's see. What do I want to do? I'm going to do herd immunity, which is under
Okay.
healer. So what's healer's snack skills?
I posted them on Discord for you.
Empathy, medicine, technology.
I can't read. Okay. So I'm good. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's do this.
So you choose one of those.
All right. Designate up to your knack skill and targets to be in your care. While under your protection, they get a +2 enhancement to all rolls to resist disease and poison and to recover from injury, which lasts as long as herd immunity is one of your active knacks.
So resistance then. Choose
Yeah.
one of your attributes from resistance.
Okay, we'll do resolve. And then I'm going to roll. And 4 successes. Yay!
Okay. All your friends in the immediate area are immune to poison and disease.
Yes. And they gain a +2 enhancement to recover from injury.
Oh, very nice. All right. Anything else on the turn?
Nope, just still taking cover.
Okay. All right. It's the lady on the loudspeaker's turn.
Bring it.
She will through kind of like the blinding spotlights. You know, it's actually very hard to kind of make out the people on the other side. You do see that they're kind of like all trembling and moving from the earthquake, and it is affecting their footing. But you see that none of them really seem to care about the fire, especially the head honcho lady, who kind of, you can see that she actually seems to just like bathe in the fire, like it's just she's totally okay with it. She's
Yes,
totally okay with
but-
the fire.
Are they immune to the smoke that's blinding them?
Gasp.
No, I wouldn't say immune. But you do hear the loud bolt action pull of what probably sounds like a 50 caliber sniper rifle. And she's going to attempt to snipe one of the mofos. Okay, so she has that plus. Okay. Oh. Ooh.
Don't like that. I'm not even here
Ooh.
and I don't like that.
Aw. Okay.
Aw.
What is? Let's see. I'll do this only fair what I know how to. I have a chance cube. Okay. What's your name again? Lorenzo.
Yes.
Yes, you go behind cover, but sniper scope shoots at you. For what's your defense?
Good question. Where's that block?
Towards the bottom of the first page.
Oh, there it is. It just says roll 5, defensive roll.
Yeah, your defense is 5.
Okay.
So she needs 5 successes plus complications from the field to hit you, +1. So a minimum, if she's completely immune to the fire and the smoke, that's a minimum of 8. So she'd need to roll 9 successes to hit him, minus any bonuses.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So she has bonuses as well. Your defense number again?
It's 5.
5. You feel it almost feels like you were shot, but it's just a ricochet off the ground. You see, it's almost that very slow bullet time. This very large, obscenely, almost comically sized caliber bullet bounces off the ground. It shatters and it peppers into your skin, but not enough to actually do any damage.
What? Okay.
But yeah, she's using rounds that would punch holes through tanks.
Don't like that.
Yeah, and you kind of immediately have to roll around to get new cover, as the desk you were using has a manhole cover sized hole in it now.
Wow. Okay. She has a tank or tank-like weapons.
Okay. And then at that point, the clacking of all the automatic weapons finished, and it's just all the automatic fire rains hell. 1, 2, 3. It's fun. D10 systems are fun. So I get rolling dice.
All the clickety clacks. Well, I can tell Patty's not wearing his glasses because he has to lean in to read the dice.
Shut up, you! Yeah, just for that, I hope you know you guys are screwed. So, just hundreds of rounds of automatic fire ammunition are coming through here. And there's enough of them out there. I already know Sean's defensive roll is a 5. What's everyone else's defense? 5?
Plus whatever the metal gives me. I don't know mechanically what you'd want to give me for that.
Right. Yeah.
That's armor, not defense. If you get hit, it subtracts damage.
Cool.
I have a 3.
I have a 4.
Ooh.
But you are
Mine's 8.
Gecko. You're very small.
Well, as a gecko, I probably have 0.
Wetworks guy is 8, Patty.
Okay. So everyone but Rashid over there is going to get hit. Is going to get peppered in some way, whether it's from actual bullet hitting you, or the shards of glass flying around everywhere, or just the awful ricochets. It will do. If you have armor, so you would have 2 points of armor basically from the your knack that you used.
Mhm.
Oh, you're talking to Steve.
Yeah, the knack that you used, you'd have 2 points of armor. I'm factoring covering as an extra, defense basically.
Okay.
So you'd all take 1 pip, 1 dot of damage, I think, right?
Health level.
Yes, health level. That's what I was looking for.
Did anyone besides me take armor?
Well, I have it from.
No, I mean just your equipment.
No, I
When
was
he was
going
like,
to work today.
Take any equipment you want.
That's true.
I don't remember anyone saying armor.
No
Yeah.
armor.
Only me. Got it.
You guys just assumed everything was going to go well, which is that's a safe assumption. I'm glad you assumed that. That's more fun for me. But yeah, so that'll be the Mook's turn, and they are well disciplined enough that they are able to keep up a steady stream of fire, and there you hear staggered reloads. Jacob, you want to punch a Nazi kid?
Remember, you won't be immune to the fire or the earthquake.
I've given you an opportunity to punch a Nazi kid.
Patty wants to see you catch on fire.
All right, he does, but you know what? I've got a little trick up my sleeve, and it's a little bit chilly. I am going to use Searing Cold. I have to spend 1 inheritance. It is instant. All enemies in 1 range band. I can drain away the heat of the world, icing over landscapes and freezing enemies from the inside out.
Oh, sure.
Ooh, I like that.
Sure.
Yes. Make a ranged attack on single range band within long range of you. The attack has the piercing tag in either the bashing or lethal tag, your choice. Within the range band, water freezes over, covering the area in a slick rime, making it difficult terrain in which all movement actions are made at a +2 difficulty. But I would like to attempt to freeze my enemies from the inside out, because it's hot in there. If I make their insides cold, something's gonna explode.
Yeah, no, that sounds awful. So make a range attack. So that'd be
It's firearms plus
firearms.
dex
Yeah.
with a difficulty of 3 because it's long range band.
Oh no, I don't have any firearms.
So normally it's difficulty 1 for short range, 2 for medium, 3 for long. Unless you have a weapon that has a long range.
I thought I had a gun, but I do not have it
wouldn't
on
help
my
this.
sheet. Okay.
Because you're not shooting ice out of the gun.
Why not?
Because you're not May from Overwatch.
Correct.
Boo. I disapprove of this. Okay.
Patty's really nice. Does weaponry exist in this game? I don't remember.
No,
see
it
it.
does not. No, it
Patty's
does
really
not.
nice. He could let you do athletics and pretend it's throwing instead of shooting.
I actually like. I will, because this was a pre-made character, and it just makes more sense that your character would use athletics for an ability they have. They would never use firearms for an ability they have, because Jacob is very much, I'm gonna punch that Nazi. I want to get up. I could shoot them if I wanted to, but where's the fun in that? I'm going to walk up to them very casually and just punch them in the face. So yeah, you can use athletics if you want.
All for this. So yes, thank you, all merciful DM deity.
That's just
Or
more
wait,
fun.
are you the dragon lord?
I am what was and what will be, and what may never die.
Oh, I like it. I like it. Okay, let's see here. Let's see how I do. 2 successes?
It's not to hit back. It's not to go to activate the power.
Cool.
All right, so it makes movement actions harder. And what's the bit about freezing them from the inside? How does that work? They
So
just
I shall reread this tasty thing to you. I drain away all the heat of the world.
That sounds bad.
Yes, icing over landscapes and freezing enemies from the inside out. So,
But like mechanically, all it does is make movement actions harder.
No, there was other stuff. Read the whole thing.
okay. After that, make a ranged attack on single range band within long range of you. The attack has the piercing tag and either the bashing or lethal tag, your choice.
Okay.
Within the range band, water freezes over, covering the area in a slick rime, making it difficult terrain in which all movement actions are made at a +2 difficulty.
Okay, so it has piercing, and we'll assume you want lethal.
Yes.
So piercing isn't really gonna. Oh, that'll work. Because I thought piercing was like going through multiple enemies, but actually it's to pierce armor, which makes more sense. And then lethal just means does lethal damage.
Gonna interrupt for a second, Patty, because I got a side chat that's important for all of you. This sheet is not auto-calculating your health. So, you all have 4 base health slots, plus 1 for every dot of stamina above 3. That's it.
Okay. Okay. So they're going to make their defense rolls now. Okay. And like $1 billion for that person. Oh, right. Okay. You see like 1 or 2 of which you can like your eyes are adjusting a little bit to the spotlight brightness, but it's still definitely affecting, if you're trying to make like any precise attacks and whatnot, it would probably come into play, but just a broad freezing of the entire world, sucking the heat essence out of everything kind of attack, not so much affects that. But you do see a couple of the what you can now see are the Jupiter Ring Security Force members. You see a couple of them just like completely crystallize and turn into ice sculptures. But you see Palemon. She just kind of smiles, and the flame around her intensifies. She goes, "Flame on." Your ice breath doesn't seem to affect her. But you knocked out a couple of the mooks. Anything else?
I think that'll be it for me for now.
All right, Mitch.
Okay. So I guess it's up to Patty how much health a gecko has.
I mean, you're a magic
depends on-
gecko.
Yeah, I'm still gonna go with like 1.
So I'm effectively dead.
Well, we'll say it's. I'm gonna roll it like this. I'm gonna roll it D&D rules, where you're a druid who wild shaped, and so you're just knocked into your human form.
Oh, not back. Okay. All right.
That's how I'm gonna roll it.
Okay. It doesn't really say what happens if you're attacked. Less
So you're
form.
starting to climb the walls like Gecko. You're like, fuck yeah, man! I'm gonna get so tactical in this bitch. And then like the hail of gunfire comes through and just like pierces your little gecko body. You're like, oh! And you fall off. Like mid fall, you turn back into a human.
All you hear is "Ta-dong."
Oh, chat needs to know that we now can't pull off our Superfly Jimmy Snuka / Randy Savage maneuver that we called.
Yeah.
Oh.
Probably won't happen now unless you want to try turning back into a gecko and crawling across the ceiling. But yeah.
Oh.
So
Next time.
you've got a bullet wound for your trouble, but you are human form, and more gunfire and broken glass is filling the room.
It's okay, because I am going to enact mystical memory. As a mystic, with mystic memory, I am able to remember arcane secrets buried under centuries of dusty history. I invoke it, and the heir may choose one spell I do not know in any dragon magic form other than flight.
Okay.
Once before the end of the scene, plus 1 additional per step toward pride from the center, which is none for me.
All right. So what dragon magic don't you know? Do you suddenly know?
I am going to where'd it go? Ooh. Had to do with wind. Hold on.
Wait.
Meteor swarm.
No, it wasn't meteor swarm. Dang it, now I can't find it.
Airbending powers, go.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the whole Captain Planet vibe going on.
It's not
Already got-
elemental mastery, is it?
No, it's just like Gale Force or something like that.
Is it under the element or is it under weather? Because I actually have that. Fuck over.
Gale force. Something.
Oh, wind blast, that's what it was.
Okay.
Wind blast.
Wind blast.
And what does wind blast do?
Wind blast.
It
wind
blasts
blast. I shape an ephemeral weapon out of pure air. The weapon has range short, pushing, and shockwave tags.
Oh, okay. Has the shockwave tag. That's fun.
The weapon's shockwave effect applies to uses of the shove and knockdown stunts, and applies to the knockdown effect of the pushing tag. It knocks stuff over.
And people. Or
Is
slides them back.
what I got. It
That's
works.
gonna
It
be-
knocks things and people over.
That's gonna be a lot of fun with the ice on the floor.
Yes.
I cannot use this ability to target against targets with greater size scale than me.
Okay. Yeah.
So, I can't do it against a building.
Good thing you're not a gecko anymore.
Right. So I will effectively, in in total Asian customary, I will Hadouken into
Is
the
there a
room.
is there a roll associated with this?
No.
Oh, it just happens.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I
because-
assume it's like an attack. I mean, it is a weapon, so
It'll tell you in the body what you have to do. If it
Yeah.
doesn't say there's a roll, then it means they have to resist. There's either a roll or they get a resistance. Or both.
it does
Somebody
not
gets to
say.
do something. Read the text again. If the part where it includes the tags.
You shape an ephemeral weapon out of pure air. The weapon has the ranged, short, pushing, and shockwave tags.
Okay.
Right. So you're holding a weapon now that you have to use as a weapon.
Right.
So you have to roll to hit.
Okay. Well, let's roll the hit then.
All right, it's a ranged, so firearms, my dude.
It is, however, short range.
Yeah. I don't know how far away they are.
We'll set a short range. Like it's like
The
they're
long
like
range band is like a mile away in this game. It's
Yeah,
not
they're
that
definitely
big.
not long. Yeah, they're definitely not long range. But I think there's one in between short and long.
There's a medium, yeah.
But I'll say short. They're like in the like if there was like a balcony like skylight kind of situation looking into the offices. That's the situation you're in right now.
Yeah, so pretty much this wispy kind of like spear appears in my hand, and I do some nice twirls, and then I swing it up, and you just see this wind gust force fly forward.
Glad you looked that up because that's
Make-
cooler than a Haidoken.
Yeah. So firearms and
Dexterity.
dexterousness. Dexterous, go! 4 successes.
Okay. So, earthquake, ice. Yeah, that to cancel off that.
All we need is water and heart, and then we create Dragon Planet.
Wow, there's a lot of things that just add and subtract, and you got to keep track of that. Okay,
Mhm.
cool. This is attack, so it'll be a defense roll. Okay, that doesn't look good for them.
Go, Shockwave.
She looks fine. Okay. So you unleash your wind blast of air that immediately kind of it does the shockwave effect. So the first kind of like 3 or 4 of the Jupiter's rings you hit with it, they actually just get like a combination of that plus their feet is already unsteady from the earthquake and the ice that's happening. They just get blown straight off the skylight and they just fall all the way down to the factory floor with very satisfying splats. And you see several like twisted, broken body frames, kind of like limp dolls on the ground now. But as the shockwave kind of continues along, they're able to start resisting, and so you blast off about 4 or 5 of them onto the factory floor below.
Now this does have a resolve condition. Now that I've done it.
Okay.
I now become a font of mystical power, and I can choose one spell that I do know that doesn't include flight, and all heirs and other draconic beings present in the scene, allied or not, may use that spell even if they don't know it for the rest of the scene.
Okay.
We can all do this?
Yeah.
You can all have wind guns now if you like.
No, it has to be something that I know.
Oh, I
Oh.
thought you were saying that they have access to that spell. So
No,
they
it has
now
to be
have
something
access
that-
to a spell you know?
Yes. And I think I have to pick it.
Okay, then pick it.
I will choose Stolen Luck. and I'll put that in the chat for anyone who wants to know what it is.
Alrighty. Anything else, Mitch?
I think that is about all I can do.
Ambrosia.
Ambrosia, emboldened by her steel skin, seeing all of this, kind of peers out over, pulls out extinguisher, and lines up a shot. He's like, "The fuck? I can't see shit."
Yeah, so combination of the fire that's going on, the wind, the earthquake, the spotlights. Yeah. Yeah. It's hard to see anything. It's hard to make out any individual object.
I just want to kind of like, sound came from about there. Bam! And just take a shot, trying to use the megaphone that she was talking through as my placement. My gun...
Oh, you're going to try to hit the main lady?
I am going for main lady specifically. Okay? My gun is a firearm, lethal, ranged, loud.
Yep.
It is brutal, messy, piercing.
Yep.
It is also an arc weapon. So...
Oh.
So make sure that it does essentially shoot chain lightning, I guess, like chain fire, whatever. Like it doesn't.
No,
have
that
any
means
elemental...
it bends like in that one movie.
Oh, it bends. That's right.
Yeah,
we can
that's
bend
right.
it. Never mind. I apologize.
We said that.
That's right. So that actually doesn't apply because it's supposed to be a straight shot. So yeah, all of those things. If I can hit her, it's pretty badass.
Yeah.
But,
Give me firearms dexterity.
Tyler, by any chance, that luck shit that you cast on me from an hour ago, is that still
Nope.
running?
That was one scene.
Aw.
Sorry.
Oh. Oh.
I apologize. I don't see momentum on here, but I'd love to use momentum right about now to get some extra successes.
No, momentum is built by other rolls,
Yeah.
Okay.
meaning somebody would have had to exceed the successes they needed, like Conan.
Got
And
it.
I don't think that's happened yet, because nobody's really been making rolls.
I rolled like 97 successes on that stealth. If I remember
Yeah, but that
correctly.
was a different scene. It only lasts for that scene.
Only lasts for the scene. Got it.
Yeah.
My
Okay,
last
Conan,
roll was
got it.
4, so you might have 1 maybe from that.
Were you trying to hit?
I'm trying to hit her through the
No, I
smoke.
mean, was
and...
Dwayne trying to hit? Sorry.
Yeah, that was my air attack.
So you would have needed 3 to hit. So yeah, you got 1 momentum. Still 1. It's an enhancement. Because
Okay.
you would
No,
have
that-
been penalized by the smoke, Dwayne.
Oh.
No, that 4 is what you needed.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Got it. Carry on.
There's other things at play.
They got it. Okay. All right. No problem. Cool. Oh, I have Dragon Sight. I have Pit Viper Sense. I
Oh.
totally freaking forgot.
Why don't you tell us about it?
So I have
Dragon
Pit Viper
Sight.
Sense, guys. Dwayne. I apologize. I can actually see people's heat signatures. I can
Yeah.
see just like a Pit Viper can, so I can sense my prey out through obscursion? Is that a word? That doesn't seem like a word.
word.
It's a word now.
So I just screw the noise thing. I want to track this. Does she have a heat signature?
Oh yeah, she's
Yeah. Okay.
She's
Does
giving
it
off a pretty.
burn-
She's giving off a pretty big one.
I was gonna ask. Does it burn ever so brightly?
Oh yes.
Okay. So gotcha. Boom. All
She's
right.
like white against all the red of the other fire that's happening right
Oh,
now.
perfect. I put it right there.
Alright.
So yeah, different dragons
Make-
can get different senses, guys, based off of I assume pretty much reptilian senses. So for this, it is a Pit Viper sense. All right, here we go. I got 3 successes to hit the. I'm not gonna say that. I got 3 successes to hit the lady.
Damn. Extinguisher goes off. It's just this. Even above, like, there's a lot of noises going on. There's breaking glass. There's, a dozen automatic fire weapons going off. Even above all that, the noise of extinguisher rises above. But with your pit viper's sight, actually, let's see the bullet go straight towards her. But as it approaches, it starts to lose mass and just sprays ash in her face when it gets close.
Like it melted it? Like
Almost.
broke it? Interesting.
Almost.
Okay. All right.
Didn't get enough successes. Don't think,
Yeah,
don't think
I
that
got
you
it.
can't shoot her at all. You just didn't get enough.
I got it. She's got like a fire aura you gotta get through. Got it. Okay.
Anything else, Ambrosia?
No, I think just to duck back down behind cover, just like,
Yeah.
you know, and just if I can, like, kind of just call out, just like, aim just a little bit, you know, left of that, you know, frame, you know, like, shoot her. Why are you not shooting her?
Shoot her. Rashid, back to you.
I imbue my inheritance into paralyzing disorder. I target her gun, and it's permanently broken. No roll, no save.
Yeah.
Oh, good. I assume she knows it's broken.
Yeah, and she would know it was supernatural too, because it's a wave
Cool.
of chaos. Dragons
You
can
just see-
smell that shit.
You see her just like look at the sniper rifle that clearly is like the super ultra like custom rifle that like she has loved like as her own baby. And she just throws it down in disgust.
You have pissed off.
I look her right in the eye and double bird her. I'm taunting her. And I'm done.
All right, I like it. Lorenzo.
Is my golem still around from earlier?
Sure.
Cool.
Because you imbued for that, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's still around.
Okay, cool. I would like to have it burrow up from below.
Okay.
And then take possession of it. So I am now the golem.
Oh. What
Apologize,
happens
Patty.
to... Yeah.
I have to say this. So everything from directly in front of her to us, including the room we're in, I declare as my battlefield. It'll matter in a minute. Carry on.
Okay. What happens to your physical body?
I just read that part. Where'd it go? Yeah.
Takes a nap.
Alternatively, you can effectively possess this creature using its sense and controlling its body as if it were your own. In this case, you use your knack and dragon magic through it. However, you cannot act yourself unless you... So I'm just basically controlling it, but I'm in it, sort of.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Well, we'll just say your body becomes one with it. All right, cool. So you take over right as it's finishing coming up to that elevator shaft, and it's just made a mess of that elevator shaft. Like that elevator will never work again.
That's a shame.
And just for good measure, as you hop out of the elevator, like the cord snaps, and the elevator shaft itself actually just hear it tumble hundreds of feet down.
Cool.
All right, you have your hulking golem form.
Is it possible to wade out into the fray and see this woman?
Absolutely, you're gonna
Okay.
wade into simultaneously fire and ice, an earthquake, and a giant wind blast just went off. But yes,
No, the fire's gone because I switched
the
this.
fire gone. Oh, okay, so the fire's gone. But
However,
it
I don't
is-
think the ice is going to matter to Melty Feet there.
No, that's probably
Yeah, probably not. But just so you get the full picture, it is like it was simultaneously Hell and Winter Wonderland. Now it's just Winter Wonderland.
Nice.
But if Winter Wonderland was undergoing an earthquake,
Right. So, want to wait out there, just stare down at her with golem face or whatever, be like, it's time for the quarterly review. Yours is going to be a bad one. And just try to smash her.
Wow.
okay. that's a melee attack. So close combat and might.
Throat cam to Michigan and Indira. Who are these other people? Jesus.
I
So
have-
bad at this.
Wow, I have none of that. It's going to roll one dice. Cool.
Does the golem not change your?
It doesn't. I mean, I can
Abilities
use
at
my
all?
magic. It doesn't really say that it has attributes.
You're supposed to pick something from the book to represent it. There's a default golem in there.
Oh, okay.
No, Patty would know. You can find it too. It's in the very last manuscript chapter that we have. It's Okay, not the very last. It would be in 6. At the very end of the Storyguide chapter, there should be some sample creatures.
Do you want me to wait or just pick random stats?
Let me see if I can find it real quick.
We don't want legendary. Worm Slayers. Worm Trackers. We'd have to break out the book, Patty, but I can do it real quick, or you can make it up.
No, we'll just say we'll give you like really good, like fewer actual fire. So we'll give you a close combat of. Well, we'll give you a might of 5 as your golem, and then so just make your dice pool 7.
Dice pool 7. Boom.
That seems fair.
Rolling.
Good number.
7. Not
Christ.
Oh, wow. Okay.
What'd you get?
7 successes.
7 successes. The earthquake.
That increases the scale of the damage in Scion. Basically double the damage.
Yeah, I just kind of want to wreck this place at this point.
And anything at an increased scale automatically gains shockwave.
All right, so you do break through her defense, but you kind of just like boiling molten arms, like, and like try to just bring it down on her.
Mm-hmm.
And like it's that moment where you make contact and just like satisfaction, but like it's that she kind of looks from underneath it, and you can see that she's bracing against it with her arm. It's like it doesn't seem like it's burning her necessarily, but she's able to kind of withstand and hold up the golem arm.
Okay.
And it takes her a moment, and she realizes like what material you're made out of, and she gets really angry because, yeah, she now realizes that not only are you guys down there, but you guys tampered with things, and she sees like the still like partially melted lightning bolt mold that's like in your chest, and she's just like you can just like foam coming out of her mouth at this point.
Jeez.
We should get out of here.
But yeah, you did do some damage to her.
Okay. And I just tell everybody we should really get the fuck out of here.
Okay. It is her turn. We're gonna have her do a little. I was gonna have her do one thing, but now she's got a golem up in her face. We're gonna have her do something else.
Just as long as it's not a backflip. We have no defenses for that.
Ooh. Well, then she does a backflip.
Damn, guys, we're screwed.
She
Game
shouldn't
over.
told me that. You see her take out a pair of like bellows, like from blacksmithing bellows, like the little like the fan thing. And you see that you see the symbol of a anvil with a hammer striking it on it, and she just squeezes the bellows once. Give me a actually no, she'll roll. She was thingy. Roll all these dice. Oh yeah, that felt good.
Don't like that.
That felt good. The defense was 5. Remembering things.
Yes.
And she actually just was able to expel and push you back into the room. The administrative offices, just like push you through and just shatters so the glass has been shut out, but now this just makes this giant hole section of where this golem just comes flying back into this room with you guys, and just lands on its back. You all had that moment where you look over Damn.
Going to express my previous sentiment of we need to get the hell out of here.
And then she'll kind of just direct the troops, and you hear the pulling of several grenade pins.
Ooh.
It's their turn. They will huck said grenades.
Cool.
Don't like
Okay.
that.
So,
Ooh.
a couple of things are going to happen. Patty,
Okay, yep.
because I activated a dragon's territory, basically every time each one of them acted, they entered my dragon territory as enemies. I get a free attack on every single person in the field now.
Okay.
So I go flying through the air like fucking spinning ninja or some shit. I have no idea. And I get one free attack with all my bonuses on every target on the field that just tried to huck grenades at us, and the lady, because she hurt my
Okay.
friend.
You can just roll one attack for all the nukes.
Yeah, I figured that'd be easier. I really don't want to roll 20 times.
Yeah, no, we'll be here for a while.
I'm using the fangs, so give me a second here. And just for fun, I'll blow my legend too,
Okay.
to
Yeah,
increase
sure.
the scale.
Yeah, and do the thing.
Which is going to make this nonsense happen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're all 10s. Oh my god.
That is so many tens.
7 plus the 10s. Hold on.
This is awesome.
Oh, Scion. So that's 10 successes.
Yep.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
Yep, with the mitigating factors, you still succeed by an extra scale.
Yeah, and it's gonna double the damage too, and shockwave on every hit. What's the fang do? +1. Nope. That's armor. Oh, right. It makes the critical stunt cheaper, and lowers their armor rating. Okay. Critical stunt. So, can only do inflict damage once. You can use critical to inflict damage a second time. Well, it increases the injury. Yep, that's what we're doing. Disarm, so the grenades they pulled the pins on fall at their feet.
Excellent.
Hold on. What was the target successes I needed to hit the lady?
You need to get 7 to at least.
So I got
do
3
something.
extra on her, okay. So I can only do the damage on her, but she'll take 2 health levels, and I have piercing 3 on that weapon. Which means she takes 4 health levels because the scale is increased.
Okay.
The mooks all take 4 health levels also, but they also drop their grenades at their feet. And I take all their guns because I can take C's as an action too. And then I move back into the room where we are and say you should probably get the hell down. So those grenades are still going to explode.
Okay. So, I'm going to make something in the chat. for y'all.
Also, I'm using votes to restore all of the fuel I just blew. Like, none of that was imbuing, that was all burning.
So the first little bit of that video I just linked in chat is kind of what happens here. So, Rashid just kind of the tooth is like an actual like sword, right?
Yep.
Just kind of pulls out this probably about the length of a machete, but a little bit thinner. And he kind of just almost butterfly knife style spins it around in his hand, just like, hold on. And just kind of hops out amidst the bullets, and it's just bullet time from there as he just kind of runs along the side of the factory wall and just moves across the line, just alternating, like slitting throats, moving along like shank up through the side, like moving down, bring a knife just straight into the top of the head, pulling out, and just goes down the line. And just all of the grenades just perfectly fall at each person's feet, like boop, 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 boop. Goes along to the main lady. He just
And
not.
if I can describe that part, not the damage, but audio. For her, I put it into her abdomen and pull it sideways, hoping guts fall out, the whole time maintaining eye contact and smiling. Put my arm around her neck, pull her in, and disembowel.
And it is a pretty successfully deep wound. Move along, getting the rest of the guys able to finish the wall run on the opposite side, come back in. Everyone should probably get down. And then just like almost a concussive perfect symphony of boom, 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 all down the lines. The grenades go off. Completely and it's just this, the earthquake's still going on. And it's just chaos as everything's exploding, the gunfire subsides, but then it's just silence. And it's that deafening silence where, you'd be getting tinnitus levels of noise up until this point, but now it's your ears are still ringing from everything that's been happening. Until you hear a faint laughing sound from the side. You see the same woman clutching your guts. Now that your vision's a little bit more restored, especially with the spotlights being blown out from the grenades, you see that she also wears the same, not the symbol of the Jupiter's rings, but she wears that anvil with the hammer striking it symbol on her chest. Whatever. And she has a detonator in her hand. She clicks the button. I'll see you in 5. And then just kind of lets her rest of her guts kind of spill out. And you hear that distinctive beep, 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 as the tone is starting to get louder. So you've got 5 somethings to react.
5 somethings?
5 somethings. What do you guys do?
Is there a window?
I already used my power. The fastest, most direct route out, we know what it is. I take it.
It's true. And you
Not
guys
just
have
any
anything that
random
can...
emergency exit, Ambrosia. The one that gets us out of here the fastest.
Do you guys have any abilities that speed you on your way?
Well, doors can't stop us, and so...
Sure.
Yeah, I can invoke. Wait, does that work on everyone or just me? Hold on. Telekinesis, which I can use to push us faster, but I gotta figure out if that's individual or if it's an area. 1 second. It's a spell.
So you guys start running, and you just have that mental countdown. 5, running. Kind of moving down the stairs. 1 flight, 2 flight, 3 flights. 4, burst open the door. 3, burst open the emergency door next to the stairs.
Oh, we can all just imbue our inheritance and use Dwayne's luck spells. It speeds you on your way. It's in the description. Makes everything work out so you can get things done better.
Yeah,
save your legend.
We can suck somebody's...
We're already out the door.
Save your legend. 2, out the door. Start making your way to the parking lot. 1, you feel the entire ground underneath you rumble, tremble, as it seems the charges started there. And then you just hear, as last person gets in the van, door slams or slides shut. Ambrosia guns it, throws it in reverse, does that cool flips, do that spin to gun it into drive. And then you just see the entire factory not explode outward, but purposely implode into this giant sinkhole that has formed. And all of the damage and everything falls in on itself. Impossible. And you can tell that it's gone deep all the way down into the workshop you transgressed upon originally. And it's that moment where Ambrosia fixes the rear view mirror, looks in it, and then makes eye contact with all of you in the car.
You know that bit about where we were supposed to make it so that their reputation was ruined. That bitch just did that for us because they killed every employee in the building in an industrial accident.
Yes.
Wow. Oops.
I'm just
And
finally
Dwayne's
happy.
camera was running the whole time.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, the whole time there was a little tiny dot on my head.
And Indira just continues sipping her tea, like, I should maybe go check on them. Nah, they'll be fine.
Well, depending on how far the radios reach, you got to hear everything, and for all we know, you're just like,
No.
they can handle it.
No, the metalworks factory was several hours outside of where your little safe house is. But you're all able to make your way safely back to the super secret hidden nondescript dock warehouse hideout. And John the Apostle's sitting there. John the Apostle. Paul the Apostle's sitting there with Indira. Once again, just looks up from his tablet. Yeah, I felt that from here. So the nondescript part, that kind of fell apart, huh?
Well, we didn't do it.
We didn't
Probably
get
not their
caught.
fault.
They had an industrial accident.
Mm.
The only evidence we were there was on that camera, which we can doctor the footage.
Yeah, we'll have to spin this before their own PR people can spin it, but we'll see. We'll see what we can do. I already received the mold Indira was kind enough to deliver. Probably smart she sent her ahead, seeing as you had a bit of a sticky situation. Do you know who it is you came across?
Some bitch with bellows.
Her name was something.
Some bitch with bellows.
Scion, obviously of one of the Greek gods.
Yeah.
Probably
I doubt it was
Palamon.
Artemis or Aphrodite.
Who?
We got
Probably Palamon. She's
Should we know
daughter-
his name?
she's daughter of Hephaestus, so congratulations. You just made a very powerful enemy.
We didn't kill her. I mean, in all fairness.
This is true. All we did was walk out of an elevator door. The rest of it's really on her.
She suicide bombed herself while her guts were spilling out.
Mm-hmm.
Also, what are you worried about? It's just a Scion. He'll have to make another one now, or she will, I should say, the goddess. Takes
No,
time.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Palamon was the name of the girl, the woman you just killed. She's the daughter of Hephaestus. Like Scions can be direct
Right.
children.
They'll send more Scions
I mean-
at us, but it'll take time. They just need fire immunity.
I'm pretty sure when she said "see you in 5," she was saying "see you in hell."
So
Well, she's dead, but Hephaestus isn't.
Well, they
Yeah.
were assuming
Yeah.
that we would die in the explosion in 5 seconds, so,
Right.
that didn't happen.
Right.
yeah. Plus, she was only his favorite child, considering he let her run that entire metalworks factory. So, but that's fine. The flights were prepared for.
Enemies are part of the business. We did the job.
Well, this wasn't a particular enemy we were hoping to have for the grand scheme, but it's fine. We'll make it work.
You made that enemy as soon as you sent us on that job to steal something from
Yeah.
him. You took that into consideration. Don't put that back on us.
Ambrosia is correct.
If
Stop
that's
being
what you
down on
think.
your employees, bro.
We've
that's
met
what you-
all of the
if you think there
conditions
couldn't
that
have
you
been
wanted.
If you think there couldn't have been a way that Hephaestus wouldn't have known you interfered, you're sadly mistaken.
Look, man, we did the job for you. You're welcome. Quit bitching.
Yes, congratulations. You filled it to the letter of the job, not so much maybe the spirit of the job.
Oh my god, this guy.
Regardless,
Anyone ever tell you the apathetic
sug-
asshole bit went out in like the 90s?
I need a
I
shower.
suggest
Uh,
taking this up with Hephaestus.
I suggest you take this up with Hephaestus, as he's now your enemy, seeing as I'm sure he probably knows all your enemies now.
I have a
So
question. Do we get overtime?
Oh, I was going to ask about career growth and personal training.
Well, if we don't get overtime for this debrief, I'm out.
You assume that this is your only mission, and you assume that the flights have not deemed that your lives are now mind control.
I belong to no one. Fuck you. I lock out.
Sure, I'll just be sure. I'll be sure to report that to the Drac, and I'm sure Mommy Dearest would be so proud to hear that you're out after receiving a direct order.
I'm not there to hear that. Plus, he's a dumbass. Mommy Dearest is dead.
Indira's sort of rich internal landscape is like Vasuki already owns everybody, whatever.
You're all able to disregard Paul the Apostle if you'd like.
Yeah, if he's done with his bitching, I'm gonna go back to my hotel.
Okay.
Tell him you have my number. You want me for a job? Call, make an appointment like everyone else.
About 6 hours pass, and you are summoned again back.
Didn't even get to take a full shower.
Nope. You got 6 hours. You're summoned back. He's once again sitting there. Well,
I'm a full 30 minutes late.
then you're gonna miss the briefing because he continues without you. You got your next mission.
Alex Ward, thanks for the raid.
Your mission is to thank Alex Ward 777 for reading.
Alex! Alex with the boost.
Now that you've accepted and completed that mission, your next mission. Congratulations, dragons. You get to go for a nice little island trip.
Ooh.
Somewhere out in the Pacific, there's a submarine. You're going to find it. You're going to chart its course. You're going to be there when it surfaces next. And then you're going to board it. Once you're on board, you're going to steal its navigational computer. And then you're going to scuttle it. And I don't just want you to bring it down to the depths and all crew abandoned ship. This needs to look like the biggest ecological disaster that's ever happened since the BP oil rig.
Sorry, Lorenzo.
Ecological disaster?
Ecological disaster. And yes, before you ask, your flight is on board.
Out of character, you should check that for yourself.
This has some interesting crossover implications with Scion mythos.
And then he puts a big box on the table, opens it up, and there is a uniform for each of you that are Jupiter Ring uniforms.
What? Wait, does this clash with my hair? Can I just take the jacket?
You can wear as much as little as you want. It's up to you to blend and to successfully convince that the people who did this job was not 6 heirs of the Dragon Flights, but rather some rogue Jupiter Ring agents.
I'm gonna take the suit, but I might not wear it.
As long as when the search is done and the investigation is complete of this disaster, and as long as people think the Jupiter Rings agency did this, I don't care what you wear. Any questions?
I certainly don't mind.
Nope, didn't think so either. All right, perfect. You
Hold on
got
there,
your uniforms. You got your uniforms, and he puts a small tablet on the table as well. That's the last time she surfaced. That was 3 months ago. That's all the information we got. I'm sure that's nothing, though, for the likes of you, the wonderful Etna Industries
You don't have to
agents.
you don't have to be openly antagonistic towards us. That's all we're asking. Thank you.
I was complimenting you, but whatever. And he just goes back to his tablet.
Thank you.
And you can see scrolling through Reddit.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
This dick.
I wreck his car,
This guy is a.
and I want him to know I did it.
Is this guy like karma mining over there? Like just.
Probably, yeah.
Oh.
No, he's
It's a
on
combination. It's a combination of karma mining and just like the stupidest, worst shit posts ever.
Oh,
You know he's on Wall Street bets.
oh,
Oh yeah,
100%.
for sure. Yeah.
I'm gonna immediately call my flight and be like,
To the moon.
Ecological disasters are a thing now, huh?
Ooh.
You get in touch. You attempt to get in touch with your handler. It takes. You can tell they're ducking your calls, but you have spent enough time with your flight that you know your handler frequents, and you meet up. You're able to kind of cross them, the local, naturally sourced, conflict-free coffee shop,
Mm-hmm.
and meet up with them. Kind of steer them over to a table in the corner. Yes, what I got your calls. I'm just getting back to you. All right, I'm a little busy today.
So this guy, Paul the Apostle, wants a submarine scuttled to cause an ecological disaster.
Whoa! Shut! And he just looks at you. He's like, Lorenzo, don't say another word. If you say another word, you will die. Forces greater than me are involved with this. This is completely on my hands. All I know is that the flight came together, made this call.
Okay.
And if I were you, I would
Sounds great.
never, ever say any of the words you attempted to say to me ever again, to anyone in our flight ever again.
Okay. Lorenzo will find his teammates.
Lorenzo will remember that.
Yeah, and convey what happened, and then also add, I'm not scuttling and causing a nuclear disaster or environmental disaster. So
I don't want to go back to Paul.
no.
But he said, but add a just clarification with Patty. He said make it seem like the biggest ecological disaster, right?
No, not even just seem like, make it.
Make it? Shit.
Make it the biggest ecological disaster since the BP oil rig.
I'm not... Okay, back in character. I'm not by any means on Lorenzo's level in regard to that, but I'm also not okay with any sort of wanton destruction like that. I'm not looking to cause that sort of scale of destruction. We're the good guys.
I mean, at the same time, Mitch is kind of the same way. Like Long's, like the flight of Long, water is their element. Like that's
Right. You'd be polluting your own
right.
home. No. We'll play along for now, but I think we're all in agreement. We're not doing this, right?
Well,
Not the way that they're saying it.
we can steal the navigational device, but
Right.
that we'll just let that submarine go adrift or drag it ashore somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, we could blow it up,
Always
sink
just-
it.
That's
We don't
what's
have to-
scuttling. That's what's going to cause an ecological disaster.
Well, we don't have to. I mean, I'm Well, do we even know what kind of submarine this is?
You can safely assume it's a nuclear submarine.
Yes, it will be a nuclear submarine.
I mean,
We
I've
can-
watched James
we
Bond
can-
movies. I know how to scuttle a submarine without it going nuclear.
Oh, do you?
Wow, that was
Whoa.
incredibly insufferable.
Indira.
Yes. Look, we don't need to actually create a nuclear or an ecological disaster. We have a nuclear submarine. We can stage an incident, and information security on nuclear submarines is of such high quality. that we can simply make people think something happened. What happens? Like, oh, we must go clean up this nuclear disaster that didn't actually occur, but we end up cleaning up the oceans anyway.
Indira.
Anyway.
That's the best I have.
We need to find this thing first before we even deal with it, so...
Right. Just making sure we're on the same page, that we're not making some reactor go critical out in the Pacific.
No.
Oh no, we're going to plant articles and have private conversations with nuclear security government experts.
I mean, it's probably powered by a dead god forge thing like this other place anyway, so, you know.
We also have to imagine, like, we can assume it's a nuclear submarine. We also have to assume that, yeah, exactly what Lorenzo just said, that it's powered by something bigger.
Other than nuclear.
Right.
Also, whatever happened to my boss? Like, anybody get in touch with that poor guy? He's probably totally out of a job right now.
I think he's
Was
been
it his
blowing
day
up me
off?
and I assume me and Indira ghosted him.
Essentially,
Yeah, you probably
Like
had
the-
like about 100 missed text messages and 20 missed calls each.
I'll give him like a couple, like, oh my god, that's so sad, but like I think me and Ambrosia might be splitting up, so we kind of have to focus on ourselves right now.
Don't ever contact me again. You came between us and broke us up.
Like one of us really wanted to swing and the other one wasn't so sure, so we just gotta, like recenter, focus on ourselves.
Never clarify which one of us
Wow.
wanted
Yeah.
to.
Oh no, I do not clarify.
Wow.
Okay, so yeah, so you have a nuclear submarine track.
And my response, never contact me again. I'm deleting your number. And this is the last message I send to him.
Aww.
It's kind of sad. So you guys kind of, dismiss, deciding to come back tomorrow to start your search for the sub. Lorenzo, you get home. You make a pot of coffee, put dinner on the stove. Walk out to the back porch of your very, very, very nice garden, where you have, some very beautiful flowers, some legal herbs, some not so legal herbs growing, and as you kind of kneel down to put more fertilizer in one of the beds, you notice there's a slight bump in the ground.
Okay.
You
Uncover what it might be?
you start kind of scratching and moving the dirt off. It's your handler's head.
It's a what?
It's
My
your
handler's head?
It's your,
But
it's your handler's head.
With Paul's head?
No, the other one.
No,
Oh.
his handler from his flight that he talked to.
Huh. Bury it back. That'll make for some good fertilizer.
True. And that's where we'll end for the night. That is where we'll end for the night.
The awkward, just like, just gonna cover that back.
Out of character,
God.
was that all in the same day?
Yes.
They move fast.
Damn.
Like, he caught him for morning coffee. You guys went to the safe house, had your debrief, talked for a while, caught up, blah, 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 bullshitted around for a couple hours. And then when Lorenzo got home at a time for dinner, start dinner,
Damn.
that's when he discovered the head.
Eh.
Fucked up.
Yes, we must now leave our brood as they contemplate their next steps and how they will continue to navigate the perilous underbelly of the dangerous game they play. We'll have to wait until next week to see what happens. It has been a pleasure telling the story to you, listener. We hope you enjoyed what you saw and heard as much as we enjoyed performing it for you. Thank you for watching and listening, and to our Patreon supporters, Weapon M, Don Arnetto, and David. Let's hear from our players now. Once again, your name, handle, character, and where people can find you outside of Vorpal Tales.
I'm at Space Sword PJs. You can find me tomorrow night running our Infinity game. And then you can find me this weekend in the HorrorCon playing Squeaks of the Deep and what was that? Wild West Horse Opera?
Wild West Horse Opera.
Yeah, nailed it too.
Excitement. Hey everybody, I am Ever, and you can find me all over the internet as Changeling Ever. You can also find me on Etsy at Neat and Co Designs, as in, hey Ever, those are really neat safety glasses you got on. You can find me next Thursday evening playing the finale of Grim Hollow, and the start that very same evening of Black Void. Should be fun. I will also be at Virtual Horror Con playing Squeaks in the Deep. And also, Tyler, correct me if I'm wrong, but all flesh must be eaten?
Yep.
Yeah. It's been fun.
I am Eldritch Echoes Online. You can find me all over the place at Vorpal Tales and all over the place at HorrorCon, but I'll highlight two. Patty and I will be running How to Astral Tabletop Sunday at 12:30 p.m. It's a panel on how to use what we think is the coolest virtual tabletop. You should come check it out.
Not just what we think, what we know, Tyler. Am I right?
Yeah, when you're right, you're right. Unless your name's Paul. And Sunday night, our Mage of the Ascension 20th Anniversary Edition Cult crossover, White Walls. It's hot. Come check it out.
It is
It's
so
on the Vorpal
hot.
Tales channel.
I'm a hot goth girl. Oh, it's my turn now. Hello, I'm Rachel. I have stolen fires pretty much everywhere. As Tyler mentioned, I'm a player in his game. I play a hollow one, which is really cool because I get like purple hair streaks and black lipstick. It looks really good. Come watch. And then tomorrow, I'm gonna be in Plastic Age Place. We have been on hiatus for months. We're coming back. I'm really excited because two of our players are gonna be busy for the short future. We are focusing on like indie one-shots, which is like really cool. And so tomorrow we're going to be playing the Dragon Prince RPG based off the Netflix animated series. I get to be Claudia, or like a Claudia type. Can't wait, that's going to be a lot of fun. Perky Necromancer, hooray! And then Thursday I will be back here running Changeling the Dreaming game.
My turn. Is it my turn? My turn.
It is
It
now.
is now.
It is now. All right. Yes, I am Dwayne at Made of Kimchi on the internet, and the next time you guys will see me will be Thursday, as Ever said, finishing up Grim Hollow Book 1, Strange Aeons, and starting a brand new campaign into Black Void. I will also be at Virtual HorrorCon playing Squeaks in the Deep and End Times.
I normally go after Dwayne, but are we on the right order?
Wait, what?
You're the last.
Okay.
Yeah, you're the end.
I couldn't tell if
You're the
anyone-
grand finale.
I am the grand finale. Everything comes down to me, for I am the most entertaining, obviously. No, hi everybody. My name is Steve. Tonight I played Ambrosia Cook.
Oops,
You can find me on the internet at Voodoo Arcade. The next time you can find me playing with Vorpal Tales is on Thursday for the first half, where we finish Grim Hollow. However, I will not be in the second half of that evening.
Yes.
Legasp. I will also be participating in Virtual HorrorCon. Come check me out for Wild West Horse Opera. I'm in All Flesh Must Be Eaten, correct, with you, Tyler? Yep. And then also, I will be missing White Walls on Sunday. So while you will have the hot goth girl, you will not have the hot Southern California himbo who does magical uppercuts, for I will be playing with Dwayne in End Times. So come check that out, or check out White Walls. Both will be great games. So many options for you.
Thank you very much. I have been PattyShakes _, and it'll be another week before you'll be able to find out what happens to our Suicide Squad. But in the meantime, I encourage you to please watch Vorpal Tales' other shows, which include, I'm going to nominate my favorite shows here, which is Friday, Scarred Lands, Dracogenesis, Titan's Lament. It's good stuff. They're getting to fight some cultists. They're finding a piece of Mormo. They're discovering new friends. It's a great time. Also, Sunday, I'm going to nominate that for the Mage crossover, white walls, all the words and the things. It's a great time. It's a fun time. You should totally check it out. I've been told the rule book for that is like a whole like Bowflex system in of itself. So, if you like that kind of thing, you should totally check it out. Then, of course, this weekend we are doing HorrorCon. So check us out. The times the cast here has said when they're going to be there. If you like me and you want to see more of me, I'll be doing the Wild West Horse Opera. I'll be a player in that. So yeah, totally check that out. Also, I'm going to bring up one more time because this is the last week for it, and there's only 2 more days, which means we won't have another session of this while the Kickstarter is still running. So I'm going to go ahead and back it one more time. The Kickstarter, Scion, Dragon, and Mythos is still going on for exactly 37 more hours. You've got time to increase your pledge. You've got time to pledge. We're only $5,000 away from getting some dope-ass virtual tabletop tokens for Mythos. So if you got the Mythos level and just the Mythos level, and you plan on doing it on virtual tabletop because there's still this little thing called the pandemic going on, you should totally up your back or get your friends to back it as well so you can have some dope tabletop tokens to use while you run it. All right, that's me. For the true fans, we're going to vote real quick. Nominate one other player, but new to Vorpal Tales, you, the audience, can vote for your favorite player as well. We're going to tally everything and reward our players appropriately. So, in the same order as usual, vote.
I'm going to vote for Tyler for being my Wind and Flame brother.
Although it'd be me, yay. I am going to vote for Sean for not like freaking out about the head, but just, that'll make good compost. What?
Sean gets mine too. Zeus Juice Lava Golem.
I forgot we're calling it Zeus Juice.
Zeus Juice.
Damn it.
I'm gonna vote for Dwayne because while you were in gecko form, I just had a bunch of like really adorable mental images. I enjoyed them. Thank you for that. Take a vote.
Welcome.
Sorry.
No, go ahead, Steve. You were
I'm
already
the
in
last.
thought.
I'm the series finale.
Oh, okay. I was going to vote for a lot of people, but since Steve started it, he started the Zeus Juice. Steve gets my vote.
Are you happy? Are you proud of yourself? You
I
feel
am,
good that
because
you
I
got your vote for?
You should not be
You
proud
feel
of
good
that.
about that?
I am. I took it from the chat to the world, so I'm happy that I made that a thing. Thank you.
Andy drank lava.
And I did drink lava. That was kind of rad. Which I need to talk to you after because I assume that's part of my like leveling up thing. Anyway, I'm gonna give the love right back to Dwayne because Dwayne did dope gecko stuff and also created dope magic air weapon, which was really cool. So
I airbendered it.
yes, you gecko and airbended in the same game.
All right, perfect. All those moments and more were quite amazing. We hope you enjoyed our story tonight. We look forward to seeing you next week. Same time, same place to continue the tale. Until next time, may Tiamat be made whole. Stay safe, stay awesome, stay adventurous, and make good choices.